us again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't prove that.
I think I can prove it this time round. There's 8 charcoal gricks?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
From the outside.
Yeah. No, I can't prove my portents, but I can prove a fireball happened.
Well. So, you catch your breath. It's been a violent day during your explorations, but you finally got a moment, you hope, in which to take a breather, a small moment of refuge. Sanj has just been granted a kind of vision, a telepathic message, a cryptic at best, but you've had no time to ponder this heraldry yet, since we were too busy saving lives. Lives have been saved now, and the bricks are scorching and bubbling and blistering around us. And, you have to, I suppose, decide if you're going to plonk yourselves down here in these narrow, twisted passageways, or go back to the refuge of the overbearing statue and the goblin corpse.
Oh, well done, Lucius. That was rather harrowing. But I had it all under control.
Oh yes, I'm sure you did.
Well,
Go back, he says. Go back, he says. I'm being eaten, he says.
Look, I was in the moment, and it seemed like the best course of action at the time.
It worked out, didn't it?
I think we handled ourselves quite well, yeah. Well, for the most part.
The wizards did, at least.
Look, regardless, I think we need to take a breather, perhaps. Clear out whatever's in this tunnel, and then see if we can't find a place to rest ourselves.
Oh, yes.
That's probably the way to go now. Where's Aldrich? Did he wander off again?
No, he's right here.
I have
Come on through.
A neat spell prepared, actually, if we wish to take an extended period of time resting.
It's still probably best to find a better location than this.
Yeah, fine by me.
This rubble, does it look like it's a cave-in or part of, some unstable construction?
Yeah, make an investigation roll. It would appear that the Gricks have piled this stuff up here collectively. Whether they've done it for religious or, artistic purposes is unknown. But it seems that it's mostly rubble from the tunnels that they might have carved themselves.
Okay, so it's like refuse.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. There are pieces of statue and bone in there, but most of it is debris from tunneling.
All right. Well, perhaps this time I'll be a little bit more careful and use the ring to scout it.
That's probably a good idea. Groin.
Ah!
How far to the goblin markets?
I
mentioned it was south before, didn't he? Or in a different direction than the one we went.
Yeah, he kind of forgot, then remembered again.
Now, Groin, you wouldn't be lying to us, would you?
Are you just stupid?
I don't think so.
If it turns out that you're lying to me, Groin, I'll be, very, very angry.
What if it turns out I'm stupid?
Then I guess I will also be angry.
Oh, no!
Come along.
Yeah, alright! Zebram, in spite of your insistence on moving ahead, recklessly, I will mercifully grant you a perception check.
Okay.
But there is nothing up ahead.
Playing with my feelings, goddammit.
No, so you're looking into a fairly vaulting room, right? It's most of these tunnels are only 5 or 6 feet tall and wide, and sometimes narrower and smaller. But this kind of vaulting, it looks like it might have once been a room that the Gricks have perhaps discovered, rather than one they've burnt out. There's a right angle corner here, and a wooden door with brass handles, reinforcements, nails, which is fairly similar to some of the other doors you've seen in this complex. And like those doors, the brass here is green, almost an aquamarine flaky substance that only someone who knows brass or bronze would even recognize as.
I'll come out of my invisibility and I'll hold up a hand. Hold on. There's a door here, but it looks like it's clear. Where's the rest?
Who's out there?
What? Who's speaking?
Voices! Get me out of here! Come on, get me out of here! That starts like banging on the door.
Sounds like it's coming from the door.
Who are you?
Aldrich, perhaps you would care to do the honors?
Wait.
I'm a hero!
Before that, check the room for traps. We don't want some idiot to trigger something on us.
Oh, no, wait, I'm not an idiot! I've got treasure! Treasure! I'll share it with you if you let me join your party.
What kind of treasure?
Well, you won't know until let's make a deal.
Tell me what one of the treasure is first.
I've only got one treasure, but it's a good one. It's got here. Starts flicking through the pages. It's got spells.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of look at Sam's, then look at the door, then look at Aldrich. Open it.
Yeah, get that door open right now.
He just said he was a spellcaster.
No, he said he had spells.
What's the
He never
difference?
said he could use them.
If he is a caster, we're 2 to his 1, so I like those odds.
3.
I'll open the door with
Right.
my shield.
You've been forgotten. 2 against 1, 3. Oh.
3.
Oh.
Come on.
You raise your 4. Eldritch has forgotten 2. Did you say you raise your shield, Eldritch? Is that right?
Yeah, I raise my shield and I just I swing the door open.
Alright, it's yeah, so you're able to open it. It's been sort of jammed and stuck together with a kind of goo, probably excreted by the Gricks. But the door nonetheless opens fairly easily. And there's a human on the other side. He's about 5'7", 5'8". He's fairly light and lithe. He's got a couple of weapons to him, like thin blades and this big, musty tome with heavy wooden cover and a a brass latch that is still shining.
Lucius will approach, looking at him, holding the tome, kind of hand it.
Come on, let's do a deal.
We let you out. That was the deal. Now hand over the tome.
No, wait a minute. Who's your paladin? Are you the paladin? He points at Aldrich.
I'm no paladin.
I need an oath. I need to know that. Wait, what are you doing in here? Come on, like, we're all friends, right?
No, you heard the man, Aldrich. He wants you to make an oath upon your goddess.
Oh God.
Wait, why is everyone think that sounds so bad?
You sure you don't want to hand over the tome?
I just want to get out of here. Come on, let me pass. Let me pass.
Look, I'm sure this gentleman doesn't want an oath from Leviatar.
Leviatar? Oh, well, no, that's all right. Better than Shar.
Well, at your behest then, Aldrich.
Get on your knees, good sir.
No, wait, what are you gonna... No, wait, this is a deal! What do I get from my book?
Get an oath from my goddess.
I want safe passage! Safe passage to the yawning portal!
Oh, you'll get safe passage. But first you must...
You will get there alive.
Heal.
He runs. Alright, roll for initiative.
Nice.
Oh, we're so good at first impressions.
It's his fault for asking for an oath off of Aldrich.
I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into.
The guy like suddenly makes a bolt for it. He's gonna be running straight past you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna wait till he gets over here, and then I'm gonna use Thorn Whip on him.
Oh my god!
And
Sure. I think seeing he's gonna run, Sanj is gonna try move into this space, and I'm gonna try and grapple him to try and restrain him.
yeah.
Wizard grapple!
Wizard grapple.
Here comes it's athletics from memory?
That is correct.
Yeah, here we go. Yes!
He's just one knife away from a wizard's duel.
It is fantastic. Unfortunately, he is slippery and agile.
Yeah, okay. That's my turn. I'm happy with that.
Alright. Tell him the weasel. Alright, so, yeah, he's out of here. I think he has I'll just check. Yep, he takes a disengage action, then moves 30 feet. 1, 2, 3. So he's moved 15 so far.
And then he takes the held thorn whip when he gets past.
4.
Thorn Whip.
Oh my god!
That is effective.
That pulls him
And
back
it
in
pulls
that
him 10 feet
direction.
towards me as well.
Oh, come on, lady, let me go!
We just want to talk.
That's a great idea. Let's just talk.
Okay, now you stay there and we'll talk to you.
Right. He is being talked to. He's in agony as he's wrapped up in thorn. Aldrich.
I'm going to find him, and I'm going to put the flail behind his neck. Is that a athletics grapple?
Yeah, it's
Like choking him.
like it doesn't have to be, but it can be. You can grapple him with around the neck. You'll have advantage on the roll since he's already sort of tied up. He tries to wriggle out, but you've got him now, and like as soon as your thorns start cutting into his throat, along with the thorns that are wrapping him up, he's wrapped with both vines and chains at this point. We're just gonna talk, right? Let's just talk.
Look. Let's all calm down. Enough of this, all right? We've got him. Just let's not kill him before we find out why he's down here in the first place.
So,
I'm gonna stroll up and then try and take the book from him.
It's wrapped up in vines and chains.
Are we still in initiative, or?
Not really, no. Unless... Short answer, no. Unless
Look,
the parties competing with each other.
We're not gonna hurt you, man. Just give us the book.
Sure!
You said you'd hand it over if we let you out, and we let you out, now we want the book.
Of course, but you're gonna take me to the surface, right?
we'll keep you alive.
I don't recall that being part of the deal.
Why do you want to go back to the surface? Why are you down here if you want to go back to the surface?
It's hell down here. It's crazy. I want to get out of this place.
Did you come down here by yourself?
No, but, well, I don't know what happened to the rest of them.
The rest of who?
The fine folk. The fine folk of Daggerford.
The fine folk of... Is that your adventuring party?
Well, yeah, that's right. I'm from Daggerford, and like the rest of them. But, well, I don't know what's happened to the rest of them. I think they're all they're gone.
And where did you see them last?
Oh, well, it was. Let me see. Let me think. Maybe a day ago or two, and it was there was like a great statue with an eye on it.
I see. That's where we came from. Well, we didn't see any evidence of your friends, at least none that we saw. What do you think? Should we escort him back to the surface? I mean, he does seem like he's a bit pathetic, isn't he?
Well, that depends entirely on what's in the book.
Well, I can't read magic, so I don't really know.
So hand it over already.
Well, let me go!
Let him go, Aldrich.
I'm gonna kick his feet so he's on it. Still gonna go close to his ear and say, "Go with the book, tighten grip around your neck."
I've let it go already!
Still hold.
Come on.
Yeah, the vines would go back in my hand.
The book falls free onto the ground and opens up with its spine exposed.
Yeah, I'll pick it up and start flicking through. Is there a spell book? Has it got magic in it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna flick through and try and find what's the highest spell level of whatever spell's in here.
At a glance, 3.
Alright, I'll show that to Sanj.
Excellent, thank you. Again, I'll do the same, flick through it, just to curiosity's sake.
Did you steal this from your party members?
No, we found it down here. It belonged to some dead guy.
I see. Where did you find it?
Well, he was in the bottom of a pit, not far away. Just that statue with the eye. It was like a pit in the ground, and there were some bones. We fished the bones out, and I think it was like a Zentarum or something. They had like a symbol of Bane, but well, the priestess got that, and well, the fighter took his sword, and I took this. Didn't give Harleth anything, but he's an asshole.
Fair enough. Well, look.
I know, right? You know Harleth, do you? Total asshole.
No. Yeah, sure. Why not? Listen, we are on our own little quest down here, and we don't really have the time to escort you back, but we can tell you how to get back.
You're gonna tell me how? Do you see those things out here? They're like tentacle monsters with beaks and worms and things.
Very
follow
dusty
our
tentacle
directions.
Monsters.
If you follow our directions, the way we came, it should be clear. I'll even give you a gold to get back up the yawning portal.
Well, how about 5 gold so I can buy a meal when I get to the surface?
Alright, 5 gold.
How about, that's great.
Push it.
No, I wasn't going to.
Here. And I like, slap 5 gold into his hand and curl it up. Take that. Now if you head west from here, past 2 rooms, and you find yourself at an intersection, go north. Once you find the Pillar of Forests, or Forest of Pillars, I can't remember, head east. Once you come to the corner, head north, and there you will find a room of shields. In the room of shields, there is a secret door on the north wall. Once you find it, you'll find your way back to the yawning portal.
All right. I can do that. Thank you, friend. He puts the coins in his pouch, and you hear them clink.
Before he leaves, after looking through the book, I'll kind of look at him and so you can't say it wasn't a fair trade, and I'll give him 50 gold.
Oh, thank you. What did you say your adventuring party was?
We are the Silver Cloaks of Waterdeep.
Oh, I heard of you people. That's. Yeah, no, you do a lot of good for the city. That's great. I'm gonna see you later. Everyone.
Before you
praise the Lorel Silver Cloak. She's the best open lord we've ever had.
Who did this tome belong to?
Some dead guy. I think he was Zentarum. He had a symbol of Bane and an old tatty purple cloak.
Symbol of Bane. Bane hasn't. Do Zentarum still worship Bane? Is that a thing?
Could have been down there for a while.
I mean, don't they?
I don't know. Do they?
Don't you know your history? Darkhope. She was famous. Darkhope. She was a general or something. I didn't know she was a spellcaster. I thought she was a general, but it's a famous name, Darkhope.
I see. Well, this might have some historical significance, if not just for its spells.
The magic held within is impressive.
Alright, well, run off, whatever your name was.
Kill him.
Good luck to you.
Right. And he backs away.
Right, well, that's our good deed done for the day.
Yes, I hope he finds his way back.
Good deed. I gave him gold for the book. That was completely fair trade. He just kind of sniggers like...
We didn't have to let him out, but I'm glad we did.
Look, I think this isn't going to be the last time we find another adventuring party down here, even if it's just the remnants of one. I say we at least play nice as much as possible down here.
Sure, playing nice, but you should be careful about who you trust down here. It's stories all the time of...
The vampires were completely friendly and you slaughtered them all. Just saying.
They attacked us first.
Yeah, well, you just had to talk to them.
And we didn't slaughter all of them. There was just, 3 of them that died. The others were just taught a bit of a lesson.
Oh.
Lucius, would you like to hang on to this tome, or shall I?
Oh, hold on to it. It's honestly not much use to either of us until we get back up to the surface, but
My thoughts exactly.
Probably weighs about 20 pounds. It's a pretty hefty book with a big, thick wooden cover. Make a good bludgeoning weapon. Like if you ever use an improvised weapon, you can use this as either a club or a shield.
Whoa.
You've been playing too much Warhammer, man.
Yeah, that's a dwarven thing, isn't it?
Mhm.
Well, what about this room? I mean, looks safe enough. 2 exits. Some.
Yeah, I would be happy establishing a sort of small camp, if it means resting up for a little while. The two of you look like you use a bit of a rest. No offense, of course.
Yeah, that's fine.
how long are you wanting to stop for?
I mean, I would be fine with an hour, but I believe it's up to everybody. I don't mind.
I'll be alright with a short rest.
That could work.
Are we all happy with staying here then?
Aye.
Alright, I will begin casting Tiny Hut as a ritual.
Okie dokie.
Does that include the goblin?
Hmm?
Does it include
it-
the goblin?
No, it will not include Groin. Groin will serve as our watchman.
Yeah, goes and watches inside the toilet. I can see all of you from here.
Slowly starts closing the door. Watching!
So if all goes well for 10 minutes, then yeah, that dome will pop up and I think we have a place to stay.
Excellent. How long do you intend to be here?
Just an hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Short rest, yeah.
It's a fairly out of the way area, and the fact that the Gricks had claimed it as their own territory has likely made it a place that most other creatures are loath to venture. They're pretty formidable beasts, and that alpha in particular. So any creature that has half a brain is likely going to avoid this area. Not every creature has a brain, but that's another story. An hour passes without you being distressed, and when you wake up, or when you are done, you can see that that Groin has been not attentive the whole time, but he's been checking out his sword and playing with the pus that's coming out of his wounded eye,
Yeah.
and just sort of hanging around.
Being a goblin.
Magic sword. Hey!
I'll step out
Can't
of the
put this
hut.
thing away! That's fantastic!
It is a good weapon, and it shall serve you well.
Oh my god, these fucking rolls.
I don't know why you're complaining.
Oh my god. God damn it.
Fuck.
Whatever, I'll use my last one. That actually just gets me to full health.
I gotta say though, you almost rolled 3 natural ones in a row. That's pretty impressive.
Hmm.
You were able to use that D6 as well. I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Other people can use the D6 as well for the Song of Rest if they wanted to.
I wasn't even wounded because I'm a smart wizard.
You do have to spend a hit dice to roll the extra D6 though. Alright, well, Where to from here? I suppose down this hallway here? Looks a little carved out at the end of it.
The only way forward is this way, so why not? Groin, come, lead on.
Alright! It kind of smells down here.
I believe that's you.
I don't know about that! It's awfully tight in here!
Do we really want the little goblin to be going first?
I don't mind! Hand!
He's doing his job.
He holds his hand out to Sanj.
And Sanj begrudgingly extends his index finger.
Oh, thanks! Gives him the courage to go on. It's a dead end! I mean, we have to go back!
Oh, hush. There is more here than meets the eye, I think. Take a brief moment looking around for obvious signs of a fake door, wall, secret passage, any sort of indication that there might be somewhere else to proceed from here.
Make an investment.
Okay. Where are we?
Yeah. It's an old sliding passageway. It doesn't look like it's had its seal broken in a century, but it would indicate that this is an older passage of Undermountain that, you know, was used by adventurers in times past, but was then cut off only for the Greeks to stumble across it and reincorporate it into the broader dungeon quite by accident. So yeah, this secret door has probably not been open for a century, but it's a pretty simple mechanism. You just slide it across. There's no locks or latches.
Sure.
Yeah, so...
I think at this point, I'd turn to the rest of the party, because I actually don't think I've told anybody about that message that I received. But, Lucius, you mentioned, you know, upon investigation of that statue back at the Xanathar's outpost, I ended up actually touching it myself, and I received a message. Some woman or some female deity, I don't know. They mentioned something about a two-headed king beyond a secret passage, and I feel like we might be coming up to that. I was told to look to the king's left, and it would reveal a path we are destined to take. So I just figured I'd keep everybody on the same page before we move forward.
Okay.
I'm glad you decided to tell us about it.
Hang on, could you repeat what was the actual riddle or whatever that was mentioned to you?
The actual message was as follows. I cast my eye into the future and see in yours a perilous descent. South of here, beyond a secret passage, waits the two-headed king. Look to his left. There you will see a path you are destined to take. Whether or not this is the secret passage that the riddle spoke of, I don't know, but it is a secret door to the south of where we were.
This is to the east of where we were, isn't it? Not to the
No,
south.
if my memory serves me correctly, this should be due south of where the pillar was.
That's correct, it could be. Let's find out.
I will slide the door open.
So, it's a bit of an unusual scenario scene on the other side. So, there is stone debris on the ground. Not so uncommon, but there is a throne made of stone on the roof. And on the roof, in that throne made of stone, is a mummy. Or, you know, a corpse that has been wrapped from toe to skull in bindings. And they have a massive pair of horns and a big bull-like head, probably a minotaur mummy. And so this mummified minotaur is perched on the throne that is attached to the roof, and you can see their eyes twinkle like little sparks And yeah, the light, for those of you who have spells or torches, reflects in those beady little eyes. But and a kind of layer of dust hangs. The roof is 20 feet high, and about the 10-foot high mark, a layer of dust seems to hang in the air, suspended like a kind of thin, almost paper-thin layer that creates a false ceiling.
Well, either that's some really good glue or something's fucky.
Yeah.
There is also a great axe at the foot of the building.
Okay.
This looks quite ominous, doesn't it?
I mean, like, why? This room is just why?
But why? Helasta, I have a question.
I'll be sure to ask him next time I see him.
I'm gonna conjure my mage hand and try and get its index finger to poke through the layer of dust that's hanging.
Does so with ease. It's even like when you put your finger in the pool of water that has flowers or dust or something on top. There's a skin. In this case, there's no skin. You just pass straight through it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the dust the dust disperses, and when it does, the dust sort of disperses, and when it does, it then quickly falls either to the roof or to the floor. And some of it settles at that halfway point, but most of it falls to the roof or to the floor.
Any ideas, Sanj?
Honestly, I haven't seen anything like this in my life. My
Appears
first
to just be another reverse gravity room like the acid we encountered.
Hi.
Oh, really?
So looking up above where the rubble lies on the ground, is it obvious that it's come from the ceiling above? Like, are there big holes and cracks and breaks in the ceiling?
No, on the contrary, it seems more likely that it's come from the tunnel beyond.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They look like brick rocks.
Sure.
Could I attempt to jump up to the throne?
Yeah, sure, but it's 20 feet up there. So I mean, the roof is 20 feet high, and so reaching there, it's pretty hard. But you can have a go.
Maybe like bouncing off the wall or something.
Yeah, sure. Make an acrobatics check. You don't do particularly well. You try to scramble up the wall, and instead you fall down and collapse in a heap. You take a single point of damage as you land on a sharp rock.
Ow.
What happened? What were you doing?
I thought if I could jump up there, the gravity would lift me to the ceiling.
But then you'll be stuck up there.
I could just jump back down.
Yes, I guess. Is that how gravity works?
I don't know.
I pick up a rock, and I throw it up towards the ceiling.
Yeah, so you throw it up, and when it reaches the halfway mark, it seems to gather speed and then hits the ground, bounces a few times on the roof, and settles on the roof.
Huh.
It would appear that, I think maybe the line of dust is a sort of halfway point. Anything above that line will fall, with inverted commas, to the fall to the roof, and while we're below it, we'll stay put on the ground.
Right, well,
You could give me a boost up there, or I can give you a boost even.
what do you plan to do up there?
I want that axe up there. I want to look at the skeleton.
It would appear that there are some interesting gems in its eyes as well, and I'm interested to see what they might be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what if this mummy comes alive like that Sahuagin statue did?
I'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Nothing we can't handle, I don't think.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, I'll give you a boost, Ash.
Okay.
Before these two go ahead and, well, as they do it, I guess, is there anything else on the roof that might look, other than the throne and mummy, obviously, that might look dangerous if falling from, like, is there any other kind of object that would cause harm?
Plenty of rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Plenty of rocks. And then the throne itself probably weighs half a ton, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, it might be wise not to dispel any magic while we're in here, but, you guys go for it.
Lucius is going to duck into one of the narrow corridors so he's not standing underneath any potentially falling rubble.
Plenty of slime in this corridor. It looks like the crick uses it for lubrication.
Well, I'll
Sense of
interlock my fingers and be ready to boost Ash up.
Beautiful. Alright. It's easy enough. Ash isn't particularly heavy, and so you're able to get her up to the 10-foot mark. And there's a strange pull of feeling gravity pulling in both ways. Gravity's not a particularly strong force, but it is an obvious one. And being pulled in two different directions is kind of queer until Zevram boosts you to the point where, you are now falling. Make an acrobatics check. Beautiful. So how do you land? Can you describe would you like to describe the trapeze artistry that you just engaged in?
Oh, it was like a triple backflip tumble. Double
Lovely.
landing.
Magnificent. You're now standing in front of the Minotaur. It's quite tall, even sitting down. The great axe is at your feet.
Is there anything odd about the Great Axe?
Make an investigation roll. I'm presuming you don't touch it, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty big assumption. There's nothing remarkable about it. It's entirely unremarkable. It's quite rusted, but not to the point of being useless. It's made of a normal wood like pine, and the pine has got a few cracks in it, but nothing that's going to compromise the integrity. The banding on the handle is old and worn, but you're probably better off replacing it, but it's not necessary. It's a very unremarkable great axe.
I'll pick it up and smell the pine.
It's old, yeah, so it kind of smells a little bit like old books or maybe a warehouse that no one has opened for years.
Beautiful. I'll toss it down.
Yeah, so make an athletics roll. Because throwing a great axe straight up 10 feet is not easy. But you've done it. Zevram, you're underneath it. There is a great axe coming towards you. What do you do?
I dodge out of the way. I'm not fucking catching an axe.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Ash, roll a d12 at plus your strength modifier.
So D12 minus 1.
Right.
Oh my god!
That's hilarious. That's really quite
Heads
funny.
up!
Heads up indeed.
Oh! What the hell?
I'm just imagining she shouts out, "Heads up," so Zevram looks up directly at the axe that's falling on him.
Fuck, that's Monty Python. Fucking hell.
What the hell?
And now John Cleese is walking around with an axe embedded in his skull. Maybe one of the young ones. Vivian from the young ones. Anyway, never mind. So, yeah.
Who throws an axe? Who does that?
I wasn't aiming for you.
Well, it certainly feels like you did.
I'll make it better once I get down there, don't worry.
Ah, jeez. I'm gonna take a moment to myself as I sit down and rub my...
Ash, are you able to get a closer look at those gems in the eyes of the mummy?
Yeah, I'll take a look at those. Anything? I mean, they're
that's,
odd, but
yeah. Make an investigation roll. If you have like jewelry or something like that, you can use that. But otherwise, what'd you get?
18.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. So there's good news and bad news. The good news is that you know what they are. The bad news is that they're not worth a lot. The banded A gate is worth 2d10, and the cubit zirconia 5d10.
Cubic zirconium isn't worth nearly that much.
No, right? Zircon's cubit zirconia, is it the same thing?
Yeah, it is the same.
I know, right? Like it had listed as 50 gold pieces. I'm like, no, I'll be generous. I'll make it 5d10.
Maybe 5.
I reckon, right? Maybe like 5 silver, maybe? Anyway. Maybe it's a really nice, and maybe it's a huge zircon, so this massive cubit zirconia that if you could
Maybe
fool
I can
someone...
find an idiot to sell to. There you go.
Could be. Then again, if you tell your girlfriend it's a diamond, how the fuck is she going to know?
Well, I can tell it from across the room, but...
Well, you can, but... You're now on the roof, floor, Minotaur part.
Mhm.
You rip the eyes out of the Minotaur. The Minotaur does not protest.
Okay. Oh. I'm just gonna start poking the Minotaur, see if it has any muscle left on him.
Nah, it's pretty decayed, like it's kind of crunchy. And so, no. More than a century old.
I'll reach into my pocket and throw some maggots on it. It's like, yeah, have fun, boys.
Beautiful. The maggots, like, grow in power and become like level 2 maggots as they devour a Minotaur. Minute mummy.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll shell down. Yeah, they're pretty worthless gems. I mean, they look kind of pretty, but I wouldn't try selling them to a jeweler.
Great. Now that you've thrown an axe at us and gotten some worthless gems, how do you plan to get back here?
But 1 second. I'll reach into my pocket, grab my rope, and tie a rock to the end of it and throw that down.
Make a strength athletics roll.
Not aiming at any person this time.
Wow. Cool aim, but you're not. Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw as the rock comes back down towards you. Crunch! It's only a little rock, so it only does a point of damage. But you throw it up, it gets to the 10 feet mark, and then comes back down. Crunch.
Allow me.
We should try that from our end.
I'll send my mage hand up to like grab the rock that he had thrown or she had thrown, and then kind of like escort it back down to our side of the dust.
It's entirely effective, and the rope is now tight as gravity is pulling on it from both directions.
You know, I read a story about a rope like this from Kalimshan once.
Oh? What was it about?
About a snake charmer who made the rope extend up, and he used it to burgle buildings.
Ooh. That'd be pretty
Classic story, really.
I haven't heard of it. If one of you guys want to grab that end of the rope and I'll start climbing and you start pulling?
I think the rope is tight.
Should we be pulling?
Yeah, the rope's alright. The rope's now tight now with gravity on both sides, yeah.
And I'll just...
Wait. Is no one gonna anchor that? You realize as soon as she starts climbing, her weight's just gonna pull the rope straight back to where she is.
Oh.
You'll likely begin falling once you hit the 10-foot mark.
Alright, well, I guess I'll hold on to the rope with my weight.
Okay. That's
I'm gonna
it.
take 2 steps back.
This is weird.
Now, the important question is who weighs more?
I think we're equally as light. But I'm 160 pounds. How much are you,
I'm
Ash?
about 120.
That's pretty even.
Alright, so when Ash reaches the mark, there is a sudden, 120-pound pull on the rope, and it's jerked with immediate reactions. You have to make an athletics roll.
Me?
Zebra, yeah.
Athletics to
Basically hang on. So imagine
I see,
if you've ever used a tug of war and then the tug of war suddenly lurches, 120 pounds worth of force, but you hang on to it.
Yeah.
And so during that kind of lurch period, you stabilize, and now you're about to begin falling. Ash, what do you do?
I'm just going to tumble on the ground.
Too easy, acrobatic. Yeah, nice. And it was you conquered the rules of physics.
I wonder what would happen if you throw a cat up there at the halfway point.
It's just this perpetual spin.
We don't have a cat, but we've got a goblin.
We could make some buttered toast. That always lands face down.
Can I have a look at this axe that was thrown down?
Yeah. So it's a great axe. That's the crux of it.
Nothing interesting on the pommel blade.
Make an investigation roll. It's a century old, and it's older than that, 150 years old, and it was forged in Waterdeep. Apart from that, and unless you're a collector of antiques, then there's nothing better about this axe than one you could get from the market.
Do we know any old weapon collectors?
Oh, I know one. What's his name? Marvin? Elvin? Lives up on a hill in Waterdeep.
Yeah, right. He might be interested in this.
Me and him go way back. He's a weird guy.
Well, if he's prepared to pay coin for century-old weapons, it might be worth taking that axe with us, but, I mean, it's of no consequence to me, I don't mind, so I leave it to you.
I'll pick it up and strap it to my back.
No worries, the weight is in the player's handbook.
Yep.
Alright, shall we?
You told me once to forget the past, because it doesn't
Yes, let's move on. Ash, did you say you would fix your mistake?
Oh, yes, I'll cast. I have Cure Wounds learned.
Nothing good came of it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll Cure Wounds you.
There was no place for me to return to.
Much obliged.
This was the only place I could go.
This room is slimy, but the passage is much more slimy.
Groin,
What do you want?
this passage here has been lathered up so it's not as tight for you.
Ah, thank you!
Where are you going?
You're welcome.
What
He
are you
rubs
going to
himself
do?
in the goo.
Just
Ah, it's awfully cool!
I'm not going there to die.
It makes you go faster.
Ah, I can feel myself going faster already! Ah, slow down, Groin!
If you run and slide on your belly, it's really fun.
Oh, my head hurts! That was so much fun!
Oh, it was just one big circle.
Oh, I don't like the smell of that!
What do you smell?
It smells like rotting humans!
Oh.
That sounds pleasant.
You can see at the edge of your vision sand a creature like this. And it appears to be devouring goblin.
Fuck They don't waste time, hey?
Very efficient creatures. At the edge of my vision, alright, I'll like hold up a hand to like signal everyone to stop. And we have faced one of these before, haven't we?
Yes.
I think so.
Octopus
Yeah.
hates giant maggots? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we faced one as soon as we came down.
There's
Hell yeah.
another crawler ahead.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we all reveal ourselves simultaneously, it might scare it off. I don't know. I don't feel as though it would be wise for this creature to try and fight.
Wise, sure, but they're not exactly intelligent creatures. Maybe we should just try and go around it.
I think we'll have a bit of difficulty trying to do that.
Where is it? Can you ping like a direction over there? There was a corridor to the north, wasn't there, that the goblins were running through.
There's one south as well.
It looped around. So if we go through there, we might be able to just get around.
Let's do that. I'd rather not face another one of these things, if we can help it.
Right, so northward, along this way?
Aye, and quietly.
Alright. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try and hug the wall that I'm on and try and move along it to get into that passage.
You and everyone else who wants to can make a stealth roll.
A dream.
Oh, sorry, that's without the D4.
No worries.
It was the first time.
Can I wild shape into a rat?
Absolutely.
They have a plus a lot to their stealth.
Alright.
Oh, they actually don't have any pluses to stealth.
As you go up in the direction that you're heading, Sanj, you can get a strong smell of rat piss. Smells like, yeah, like if you've ever had mice in your house. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll plug my nostrils and proceed.
Sure. It's strongest right where you are now, and not as strong as you start with.
Weird. Is there obvious signs of perhaps like a nest or holes in the wall that rodents might get into or out of?
There is a small amount of fecal matter, but it's no more than anywhere else. So, not really. It seems that the goblins even eat the spiders around here, so there's not a lot of anything: scorpion, spider, or rat.
Yeah. Okay. Fine detail. I don't think Sandra would pay any mind.
The rest of you would notice the stench as well.
So
Right
you said
there, right where you were just there. Yeah, that's right.
So what? It's like
That's where it's
is there like a
strongest.
pool of rat piss or something in the corner?
No, not that you see. No, you don't see one. Just stinks like, kind of the way certain parts of a city might smell because men piss there every Friday night. But there's no pool right now. But you can. It's pervasive. Yeah.
As we go past, I'll kind of have a closer look as I'm sneaking by, see if there's like could be a secret door, it could just be ventilation to somewhere else in the dungeon. Yeah, I'll have a closer look at the wall, make sure we're not missing anything on the way past.
Yeah. Make an investigation roll. Yeah. It looks like this place has been bricked up without mortar, and so it would be a fair hassle to remove this wall. But you could either knock it over in a fairly quick amount of time, or you could remove it brick by brick taking somewhere between 10 minutes or an hour, depending on whether you're a bricklayer or not, I suppose.
I'll kind of scratch at it at just one single brick to see if someone will move it.
Yeah, it does. Without any mortar, like, you're able to nudge it, and you could use this with a single finger. You could push out one of the bricks and make it fall through to the other side.
Oh, well, I'm a rat right now, so.
Of course you are.
So
yeah. So I'll put you straight onto the other side.
Okay.
What are you waiting for, Lucius?
Yeah, for the time being, I'll sneak up ahead to where Sanj is, and then
There are other rats in here, actually. Yeah, so there are other rats in here, quite a lot of them. And you can hear the sounds of rats squeaking, and I suppose, being a rat, you can understand what the rats are saying. Oh, hail the mighty Flindle! Oh, hail Flindle! Oh, hail!
Oh, hail Flindle!
Oh, hail! They're mostly chanting up this sort of corridor, but they're getting around a few different rats and nearby. Pretty big rats.
Nice.
Do we notice Ash missing?
Oh, she turned into a rat, and after that, like, if you don't see her, are you surprised?
Yeah.
there appears to be a secret corridor. It's been bricked up just around that corner there.
Where
Well-
we just passed.
Yeah, I think that.
Well, we should leave no
Where's
stone unturned.
the tiefling girl go?
I don't know. I started looking around my feet. She was here a moment ago.
I'm gonna go back to the wall and bite their foot. Just a little nibble.
Hang on, important question here based off where your token is. Whose foot are you biting, Zevram or Aldrich?
Zevram.
I kick at it.
I'm gonna kind of stand on two legs and point.
It wants me to kick it that way. Wait, is that Ash? Is that you?
No, nod.
Right. Well, you're saying we should try and go through this secret passageway, and Ash thinks the same, but won't that attract the attention of the
The slug?
You know
Probably. I'm not saying we should, I'm just saying it's there. Is there anything of value on the other side? And I'll look towards the rat.
I'm gonna kind of scramble over here and change back into human form. It's like, weird.
When she changes back, Lucius is gonna take a couple of steps forward. What the fuck? I thought that was a familiar.
Oh, but you can't turn into a rat?
No!
Who can do it? Huh. Well, everyone I know can do it.
You might have
I've many
severely...
friends who could turn into rats, and they stayed that way. Scum.
That's touching. You might have severely underestimated the power of this mage, Lucius.
Yeah.
Polymorphing mage.
No, there's a whole rat colony back there. They have some leader. What was the name again?
Flindle.
Flindle. Kept chanting Flindle this. Flindle is our savior. All praise to Flindle.
I mean, they're rats. They probably praise garbage.
Yeah, probably, but still pretty neat.
I think if it's a secret passage, we should leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, there's a branching hallway of two different directions.
Alright, well, how are we going to get through? You said it's all bricked up.
Yeah, we can wait for the crawler to leave, or we could take it out real quick and then...
It'll be there for hours, digesting its food.
Yeah, don't you want to watch?
No.
Well, why not? fascinating. It like spits on them, then kind of goes.
No.
Why don't you try and lure it through the brick wall itself? You can have it take care of the rats for us as well.
How do you propose to do that?
She does that rat thing and gets its attention, then runs through the bricked up wall.
I guess it could work.
And then what? Once the crawler is done with the rats, we have to deal with it?
I mean, there's a lot of rats in there.
It's better than dealing with all the rats ourselves.
I'm all for you trying. It's up to you, Ash.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift back into a rat.
Alright.
Let's get out of view.
The other side doesn't matter really well. I'm gonna shout, Flendel has spoken to me, brothers and sisters. There is a great evil on the other side of the wall he wants us to destroy.
Make a persuasion.
Not the plan, but I'm totally down with it.
Squeak, 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 squeak! What's this? Is there a new messiah? No, you must ignore the interloper! A huge, obese rat, massive and corpulent, comes out with his little legions of lesser rats. This rat is a false prophet! A false prophet, I say! Grindel! Flindel Grease commands you! Obey your god and devour this apostate, this heretic! And the rat charge. Oh, for an...
Oh my god.
No, this will work out, don't worry.
No one expects the Rat Inquisition.
No one.
Oh no.
Alright. I'll just skip through everyone who's not a rat. And you are rushed. You are caught up in the rat race. Eh? 30 feet away, so I can only one of them can even attack. Maybe two. Not one. Or maybe two.
Most
There
rats only have... Are they giant rats or normal rats?
Giant, let's see. Yeah, 30 feet. So two of them start gnawing into you, and the rest run towards you and begin to swarm and attempt to overwhelm. Squeak, squeak! They yell valiantly, which is, in their language, Praise Flimble Grief, Lord of Rat! Does a 12 and a 12 hit your rat form?
Like our rat.
You are de-ratified! Your ratification has come to... The rats... No! He's like Flindle! A god among rats! It's a she, you idiot! And the rats are confused.
Mhm.
You do.
I will cast Speak with Animals. And I will tell them, your sins will be forgiven, the brothers and sisters. But there's something you must do. Go through this wall and defeat the great foe.
And, what shall we do? Lord Frindle, god of rat! Make your persuasion roll. See, Frindle Grief. Yes, that is an excellent idea. The god of rats commands you to do as the prophet says. Oh, she's a prophet and not a martyr or a heretic. Yes, that's right. The rats begin pouring through the hole on their crusade. Yes. So yeah, like Payne, Aldrich, you begin seeing rats pour out of this wall like water coming out of a pipe under pressure.
I kind of just give a disgusted look. And I just kind of lean back in my watching this plan. I have no faith in
Sedge.
He said he'd be back in a few minutes.
Thank you. Zebra.
I will also watch on in disgust.
Very entertaining. And Lucius and Orbit.
Peering and watching on. There's more rats than I anticipated.
The rats leap through on their quest. Charge! Where to now, goddess of rats?
Kill the thing with the many legs.
We shall do that! They begin looking for such a creature. So you're on the other side with the god of rats. What do you do now?
I'm gonna ask, who are you?
Hi. My name is Grief, he says. I am an important person from Waterdeep, and I am a lord but as important as I am in Waterdeep, down here I am a god. You would do well to pay me respect, and if you wish to be my bride, then we may begin an empire among the shadows. I have a thieves' guild on the surface, of which I am the master. So as you can see, I am indeed lord of two worlds.
Oh, that was fascinating. Really, I'm not really interested in being anyone's bride, but you'd come to an agreement of some sort, I'm sure.
Well, if I shall woo you, then perhaps it will take longer than just one exchange, milady, he says, tipping his hand
towards his fedora.
And he assumes his humanoid, which is a halfling form.
Nice picture.
The second he says he goes fedora, I'm attacking him.
You attack him! Milady, you attack. Thank you.
Oh my god!
Ah, not again, he says.
She just gave him lice.
I got a critical 2. Does that pass?
No.
And he rolls in a random direction.
To the north, so he runs into the wall a little bit.
Bam! Straight into the wall. Alright. You're just watching these rats, right, Aldrich?
Did I hear any commotion from that attack?
We're speaking in rat, I'm sure.
Yeah. You hear the fat guy run straight into the wall, slapping it. However, yeah, there is still a wall in between it. Like, the brick wall is mostly intact, except for one brick that has been removed. So you do hear a slap, but it's muffled. Mostly you hear the valiant squeak of rats with a holy mission.
I guess as I'm gonna just assume everything's okay, and I'm just gonna creep to this wall and just wait for the rest of the. Assuming that there's more rats, I'm just gonna like wait right here.
Yeah. You have betrayed me! Well, you shall now learn why Flindlegreath is a name to be feared in Undermountain and on the surface alike! The Shard Runners shall feast on your flesh! And, he, stabs you and bites you.
Okay.
No, he has to stab you twice because he doesn't have his fangs. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Alright, so we... Aha! Now you die, wench! Ha ha! Flindlegreath, you've still got it.
If there's no obvious sign of commotion at this point, other than like a dull slap, I think Sanj would kind of stay put, although I will take this turn to kind of turn to Lucius and ask him quietly. I'm just going to say, Lucius, does the term, what was it again? Does the term Arcturia mean anything to you at all?
Yeah, it's one of Hallister's apprentices, but you'd better ask us about this after he kind of peers over all the rat.
I'll be a rat marching past. Desperate!
And yeah, that'll be my turn. I'm happy with that.
Is the tide of rats through yet? All the way through?
They're passing through, so you're getting the tail end.
Alright, I will sort of come up to the wall, say, Aldrich, with me. Now that the rats are gone, should provide sufficient distraction for us to break this down. And I'm going to
you can
prepare.
You can hear coming through the sound. You can hear coming through the sound of like the hole in the brick. The fat kid's proclamation of superiority and victory.
Well, I'm going to hold my action to prepare help action for Aldrich.
Oh yeah, cool. Those two.
So are those mainly normal rats or giant rats?
Giant.
Okay. I'll move up to there, but I'm gonna hold a firebolt for if they notice us and run in our direction instead of the carrion crawl.
Alright. They go on their holy mission, and they're squeaking in a language that...
Take the bench with you.
That's right. Looting rights are ours! And they plunder as they go. But yeah, they engage into these carrion crawlers, and the carrion crawlers are not amused.
There's more than one.
There is more than one.
Those rats are fucked.
They are so in trouble. Yeah, they're in lots of trouble. We'll just remove them from the turn order, I think. Ash.
Okay. I will start by using my symbolic entity. Start just kind of having vines grow all over my body.
You got 3 wild shapes, have you?
Oh no, that's right. That is a wild shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will use my bonus actions to healing word myself.
Cool.
And I'll use another infestation on him.
Excellent. So the stab wound that he inflicted upon you mostly heals. You restitch the fibers. And he again is struck with your virulence. But he has been living among the dirt and filth for so long. He didn't choose the rat life. The rat life chose him.
Oh, of course.
And so he is immune to your attempt. Well, but the party is going back, and the rats are being ripped to shreds. Zorbit too.
He's going to just follow Lucius for now.
Absolutely. Mr. Aldrich.
I am going to walk over here. Strolling.
Keep the party strolling.
That's on me. You'll have to move one to the left or right.
That's on purpose. Oh, I'm sorry, Zebra.
He's got me up against the wall.
I can't see beyond this thingy.
No, because it's a brick wall.
Oh, well, I'm just going to start smashing at it with my flail and...
No, it's athletics. You have advantage because Zevram is somehow assisting your flail.
I'm pushing on it while he's hitting it.
Yeah, good call. There is, after all, no mortar, so you're able to topple it fairly easily. That's it.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, unfortunately, you smash into it, and not only do you not bring the bricks down, but some of them fall onto the person on the other side, who is Ash. So roll a d12, and that's how much damage Ash takes from falling.
Oh, jeez.
Payback's a bitch.
You are being buried under like multiple rocks. So I'll remove the door so you can see what's going on, because you can see through it now. But all you've done is break a hole in it, and the bricks that you smash through, and perhaps the flail itself, come crashing into Ash on the other side, and she's just buried under this wave of brick. The fat kid is horrified, and like fucking runs. I mean, he's getting out of here. This is terrifying.
Do I get an attack on him?
You do, yeah. He doesn't have that disengage abilities.
Nice.
Buried underneath rubble as you are, and with nowhere to go. He runs to the north with all the speed he can muster. And it starts rattling at the door. Unlatches it, throws it open, and moves in, but that's as far as he gets, just inside the door. Oh no, hang on, he's in a halfling, so he moves slower than that. Doesn't quite get there. He's running for the door. Yeah, right, Sanj. You hear the sound of a brick wall being smashed down.
Yeah, okay. Waste no time. 30 feet there. I'll get to 30 feet, and I'll begin to conjure up some of that frosty magic for a ray of frost if anything hostile should approach me, but I think I will end my turn there.
No worries.
Finally begin moving to help.
Aldrich, what are you doing? I try to push on the wall a bit more.
No worries. Make an athletics roll.
$21.
Yeah, you smash it down perfectly and with precision. not bringing your companion into any further danger.
And I'll move in. Ash, are you alright? Who was that thing? That man running away?
I don't know, some rat god, I don't know, he's fat. Something about being a lord of Waterdeep. Kind of an ass.
Right, well, get up. We gotta chase him down. And I use my bonus action to healing word.
Beautiful.
That's on you, Ash.
Yep.
Mr. Amcathra, from that noble house of people who gather animals from the woods, race horses and Telgriff.
I will move to there. I do believe I cannot see it.
Well, that's on account of you being a filthy human. And therefore
Yeah, but I had a dark vision spell going.
Oh, righto.
I mean, I can see the edge of a token, but it's like through the wall there.
Right. So that might be 60 feet away. Yeah, 55.
Oh,
You can see a fat little
he's
kid
in
running.
that square.
Yeah, he's in this square.
Oh, he's right of that inside the wall for me.
Really? That's bizarre.
Yeah, if I can see him.
I can't understand.
Just move him and move him back to the right square.
There?
Yeah, there we go. I can see.
Right. He might, yeah, like, 'cause he had moved ahead, but then I realised he wasn't that far ahead. Because he's a fat halfling.
Shoot him.
Enough with the fat jokes.
Burn some of that weight off.
Didn't we just make a rule? Alright. You scorch his bacon and hang on. I'm sorry. And Flindle Grief is being roasted. His rump is medium rare. Ash, you may add a brick to your inventory for free.
Oh,
It weighs
nice.
1 pound.
Nice.
Nice.
So, I need to stand up, so that's half my movement.
Yeah, 15 feet.
Put me there. I'm just gonna kind of guess where this will go, but I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Let's say like right about there.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's good.
Since I can't see where he's at, so
Right. So it doesn't actually hit him, but it creates. If he moves into it, it hurts him. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, cool.
And it also stops him from shape changing.
Oh, of course
And-
it does.
And he has disadvantage on the saves if he enters it.
Right.
And then Orbit will. That moonbeam looks pretty effective. I'll leave it at that because I don't know if we're trying to kill this guy or not.
I am.
Orbit is just gonna dodge action with Lucius there.
Aldrich.
Little pig, let me in. Then I just here, and I will cast.
Wait! I'm witch! I'm witch! I can make you witch as well!
Has he been damaged?
Severely.
Cast Toll of the Dead.
Wait! I know you! You're from the Rosnar family! Ah! Wisdom save. And that was the last the world heard of Flindle Grief. Man.
You there, Sanj?
Yeah, sorry. What's that? 5, 10, 20, 25, and 30. Oh, so he's been mudded, alright. Oh my. Sanj would just take a moment to try to take it all in, what's actually happened in this hallway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna hold another ray of frost for any hostile activity.
Alright.
That'll be it, yeah.
Would you count the appearance of a grapefruit-sized orb that has a central eye, but no eye stalk, as hostile? Is merely appearing a hostile action? I don't know. What do you think?
Yes. Sanj, yes, I'm gonna, absolutely.
Okay.
This thing suddenly appears, and yeah, just bang. That's an 18.
Yeah. So you fire straight through the eye, and your ice appears on the floor frame on the other side and freezes it in place. The eye looks at you, Sanj, seems to focus, zoom in, and then casts its gaze back towards Flindle Grief, and towards the moonbeam, and then back towards the party. And it goes up to inspect the Flindle and the moonbeam a bit more closely. Passes through the moonbeam without harm.
What is that abomination?
It just grew in size.
Can I tell if that's like a divination spell?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Like an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, that's
Would I maybe
some sort of... because you're a diviner?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, good call. Yeah, no, that is a good call, I think. I mean, the point of being a specialist wizard is that you know more about it than other wizards, so... Yeah, it's definitely some kind of scrying object. It looks like an arcane eye, but it's not an arcane eye.
So it's not a mainstream spell, it's some snazzy wizard doing their own thing.
Precise. It looks like it belongs here.
Better run up to Fat Boy and cast Spare the Dying.
You may add 1 Flindle Grief to your equipment list. It weighs like 140 pounds or something. I don't know, like maybe 120, maybe 140. Like he's got a fucking big gut.
I'm still curious about this eye. I'm gonna sort of wave my sword at it menacingly, see if there's any like reaction or hesitation from.
It focuses in and out. Make an insight check. You think it's studying your technique.
I start posing.
Oh my
You
god.
think it focuses as if to take a snapshot in time.
This thing doesn't seem to be harmful or hostile in any way. Why do you think it's here?
God, you're an idiot, Zevram. Someone's watching you.
Oh, well,
I don't trust it.
I mean, I am quite watchable.
How does Orbit react?
How does Orbit react?
It's a rival to your master.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any eye stalks and it's hanging around the half drow, so maybe it's just inferior in every way.
Oof.
It feels like Orbit has something of contempt.
I mean, you said he's been feeding on Lucius' emotions.
That's a good point. That's right. You're taking on too much of your personality.
Well, we're in here now, and this seems to lead back to the west, and there's a door up here that the little halfling man seemed to be running toward. What did the halfling say to you, Ash, if anything?
Saying he wanted to take me as his prisoner and do terrible, dirty things to me. It was really weird.
Ugh. Why'd you spare him, Aldrich? I suppose.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself, Zevram, by assuming that, well, he's sparing anyone.
I suppose that's another way of looking at it, yes.
Lucius, are you perhaps able to dispel this eye?
It's possible, but what's the point?
The eye looks between the two wizards as this discussion goes on.
So, if someone's watching us, do you think someone's listening to us?
It comes over on this side so it has a better view of all of you at once.
It's possible. I don't know the spell, but similar spells that I'm aware of, normally clairvoyance and the like, normally decide between audio and visual feedback. I'm not sure if they'd get both, but like I said, I don't know the spell, so it's possible.
Does this thing look like it has eyelids?
Make an investigation. Not naturally, but it could fold its skin over to create an eyelid. I mean, I can think of another piece of fairly useless folding skin that would make a good analogy, but I'm not going to use it.
I'm going to ask it in front of it. Are you watching us? Blink once for yes. Blink no for blink twice for no. Wait. Yes.
It blinks.
Are you a wizard?
It begins to ignore you and goes and looks at the other.
I'm going to throw dirt at it.
The dirt goes, it would strike it, but would have no effect. Yeah.
Shoot, go away.
I'm gonna bend down and try to touch it.
It's physical, fleshy and veiny, like an eyeball, I suppose.
What color is the eye? Is it
more like a tumor? That's what it's like. Yeah, it's like a tumor, like a testicle that's been removed.
Oh god. Seeing him pet it, and that it's actually physical. I'm not so sure that's divination magic anymore.
Is it some strange familiar, perhaps?
I have no idea.
that might be more likely.
Well, are we just going to let it keep watching us?
Well, I would try to dispel it, but I'm not prepared to spell, so there's nothing I can really do about it. And it appears to be immune to my magic, at least. So,
Well, it's not harming us, I guess. So let's just continue on. If it follows, it follows.
where to from here? Though we have a few options by the looks of things.
That door the halfling was reaching for.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad. I would have dispelled the Windbeam by now.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
fat boy.
He's unconscious.
It's gonna take a while to wake up.
Aldrich can probably
Yeah, I
wake
come
him
back,
up
yeah.
quickly.
This thing gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
Dirty voyeurs in Undermountain.
Let's open the door then. See what's
Gets out of the way for you.
How kind of you. I'll try. I don't know. Is there like a handle or anything? I'll just try and open it.
Yeah, it's one of those wooden doors, old oak that's rotted with time. This one's pretty well preserved because, but it still has the green deterioration of a century-old door. Okay, so you reach for the door and you place your hand towards it, and you can, and now that you're here at the edge of it, you can feel wind, strong wind blowing underneath the cracks and through the side and through the keyhole, like burst gusts of wind.
Yeah. Okay. Before I actually open, I think I'll press my ear against the door. Listen.
Cool. Make a perception check, yeah. Perception, nature. Yeah, make a nature check as well. Okay, what languages can you speak? Cool. Okay, cool. You can understand it. How bizarre. I really wasn't expecting that. They are whispers, threats, promises of threats. They are promises to destroy you. You're a spellcaster, so you know a little bit about summoning, right? And these are the kind of words that bound elementals and other entities from the elemental planes will say to you when you're binding them or having bound them, because they usually almost always resent it. And spirits tend to hate being bound, but what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to insult you in my own language. That's what I'm going to do. And so that's what seems to be going on now. There's this blowing, blustering wind of promises to scatter the ashes of your children's skulls to the corners of the earth.
Well, whatever's on the other side of this door isn't happy. I have reason to believe we might have an elemental on our hands.
Elemental?
Yes.
Like a big rock man thing?
Given the circumstances, I believe it's probably closer to an air elemental.
You fucking idiots, Ephraim.
What?
He's trying.
He said
It could be made
elemental.
of water too.
Well, it could be any of the four. Although these raging winds, I don't know. I'm only assuming based on what I know.
You can understand the words that are be spoken. Can you tell what dialect that is? Which of the primordial scripts?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I can get that specific.
Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe make a history check, or Arcana would be fine as well, I think.
Okay.
Planar knowledge would be perfect. Yeah, definitely Auran, and the intensity of the whispers and the complexity of the words. All these sort of clues indicate, a powerful but not overwhelmingly powerful spirit of air.
Yes, it's definitely Auran, and it sounds like a hefty being, not some basic air elemental perhaps, but something a bit more complex. And it sounds like it's bound here. Readings and teachings led me to believe that, in these circumstances they tend to get pretty upset, and I don't blame them.
Bound. That means we can use it, right? Or free it, or bargain with.
Perhaps. We can certainly try. Could be set here to guard something, a powerful artifact, or...
Well, even better, open the door.
Alright, no need to tell me twice. I will open the door.
Alright. Door was already unlocked, so that's convenient for you. You discover it's a winding corridor, zigzagging, maybe a better word. It's a zigzagging hall. Up, down. I'll see what you can see. Yeah, so you can see some skeletons up ahead. Looks like the bones have been disturbed, and they're being disturbed right now by blustering wind. The bones have armor and helmets, shields, those sort of things, rusty swords, snapped bows, that sort of, detritus, but relatively useful, but at the moment it's nothing but junk on the ground, and the winds are blowing and picking up in intensity with every step.
What happened to him?
It looks like whoever it was has been here a while.
Yeah, it's...
What's that fleshy little eye thing doing?
Watching from a distance. Everyone make an insight check.
It's not entering the corridor after them?
No, it's not.
Then neither is Lucius.
Alright. The DC is 13. Alright. Those of you who get a 13 or higher are able to act in the first round of initiative.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh.
So those of you who pass your insight checks would know what it means when the winds begin stirring and blowing, and what appears to be a kind of tornado, a manifest in between you. And those of you who are less observant or less insightful would not predict what might come next. But those of you who got a 13 or higher are able to predict the arrival, the manifestation of the air elemental as the tornado gradually takes on a more humanoid form. That's not you, is it, Zevran?
No. So I'm guessing like the winds have started to coalesce and form together, and
that's exactly right. Yeah, that's right. So you're noticing the blustering. There's no doubt about that. You just aren't able to make the leap of intuition. What's going to happen next? But Orbit can.
So wisdom and dex.
ground. Petrified prone.
It's probably got like a fucking high dex.
Not charmed and not cold. Resistance to... Not even resistant to cold. How interesting. So neither of them. Dexterity and wisdom.
So it is dazed, but it is not frosty.
The dazed is disadvantage, right? And
Speed half, disadvantage on attack rolls.
Excellent. So it just like the force of nature that it is, it just strikes out in all directions without any real rhyme or reason. Tornado style. I'm gonna put my arms out, and if you get hit, it's not my fault. And it creates a whirlwind. How does this work?
Uh-oh.
Can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there, and it is large. Awesome. So it enters this space where there's two people. Go to the back, and then it unleashes its whirlwind. The whole thing like manifests around you and picks you both up and begins to spin you around in an unromantic fashion. Make strength saving throws. Pair of you are caught up in it.
Oh, wow.
Pass. And a pass. And so on a saving throw successful, you take half bludgeoning damage and you are not moved. So roll 3d8 plus 2. You take half of 8, you take 4 points of damage each. As you are caught up in a mighty tornado which flings around you, flinging bone and stone and weapons and arrowheads. But you are strong and firm-footed, and you remain planted. And lesser people, lesser men and women would fly away, but you are rooted in the ground. Lucius.
This may or may not go very well or very poorly because I don't know how the fire will react with an elemental, but
just gets caught up and blown away in the fury of the storm.
so Aldrich gets a bit of hot air in his face. Elemental heats up for a moment and then, it's fine.
That's it. Put a balloon over it and you will rise. Ash, you are being pummeled by the forces of nature.
I'm going to use Shillelagh and start swinging at it with my quarterstaff.
Alright. You discover that it is particularly ineffective to try to hit wind with a stick.
Shucks.
you learn some basic physics the hard way. Pain, Aldrich Gale.
I can't act on this turn because I wasn't insightful.
You should have spent more time in school.
I believe I'm the same, if 13 was the DC.
It is indeed.
Yeah, I got a 12, that's me.
Should have gone to school, you should have learned a trade. Zevram, volunteer.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for the guys that are in the tornado, but I'm going to flourish my cape as a swarm of dragonflies appear.
Dragonflies go forth into the wind and be blown away. The dragonflies are being blown away.
Do they get their own initiative then?
Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which has its own turn. That's right. Oh, look, I don't even have to add them to the initiative. The what, sorry?
Oh, do they need to pass the insight check too?
No, because the first round has already passed. Yeah.
I was making a joke.
No, I see. I failed my insight check into your joke.
And then I think that's all I can do. I might actually just take the risk to move a bit further away.
Oh, well, you will be pummeled by an angry elemental who still has disadvantage. Then 15.
Nope.
Well, it wasn't my fault if you got hit anyway, so you were lucky.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the guys in the tornado. You now have dragonflies swarming around you.
Oh, I'm happy. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is not a bad thing. One cops Ash in the face and like just sits there like an ornament.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Mr. ORBIT.
Number 4 is going to be interesting to see how this works on the elemental.
Wisdom and strength. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, if you push that into us.
Oh my god!
Alright. So, it is frightened. Alright. So that's disadvantage on its attacks and it can't move towards the gazer. And it is blown, or move up to 30 feet. So the gazer decides how far it moves.
Well, it can't see around this corner because the corridor. We can't see what's around there. We don't know where Zevram is, so it's just blow it hard, bang, and try and knock it into the wall, maybe.
That's it, and it catches sands in its orbit. Alright, the air elemental takes its wrath out on Sands.
Great.
Is it 18 hit?
They both hit me.
Crunch, 34 points damage.
Yeah, yikes. Yeah, nice.
Maybe we should not have opened the door.
Yeah, maybe.
But it has treasure. Sanj said so.
That was Sanj? I thought that was Zevram there. Oh, well then.
Spellbook's all yours, Lucius.
Oh, fuck. I don't have any spells that'll be really effective against the elemental.
Just place a fireball right here.
Bam!
I'll firebolt. Fuck, that's not even working.
Blows it away. It doesn't get close. The firebolt is extinguished. For it.
I am going to use Chilling Touch on it.
You have frozen some of the air. The air crystallizes and falls to the ground, shattering. The air elemental shrinks ever so slightly.
Nice. And it can't regain any hit points.
Ah, cool.
Then
Good to
back
know.
over here.
Ooh, you're in its range. It has an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh no, it's only got 5 foot range. Strange. But there you go. Large, but only has a small range.
Seriously? It's a large-sized creature without 10-foot reach?
Yeah, I wonder if that's like, if it's a typo or not. I don't really know. I'm not that familiar with the 5e rules, even after all these years.
Down
Aldrich.
square, and I hit it with. Oh no!
Slaps back in your face! You get a dragonfly and you swallow it. Oh, yuck.
That's the end of my turn.
Right, Sanj, this is right where you want to be, right in the middle of the action. This is a practical lesson, Sanj, in that academics, no textbook, no classroom can teach you this.
Yeah, and boy, am I loving it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Misty Step behind Ash.
Yeah.
Just get straight out of there. And then in Primordial, I would say, I just wanted to talk, but you're an asshole, and I'm just going to Ray of Frost it.
No, you, it says.
Oh.
What are these rolls, people?
The power of this elemental's indignation is more than you can take.
Yeah. Awesome. That'll be my turn.
Alright.
The swarm of dragonflies go in and begin their assault.
Ah, fantastic. This is what we always wanted, a dragonfly fighting an air elemental battle. We've been looking forward to this.
He gives them the order, fly in there and take care of that elemental, so you just buzz into the air like, okay, what's next?
And it's kind of like when a fly is inside your car and it goes out the window, it's in there. It's like these dragonflies are fucking doing nothing. They're just becoming like stains on the ground and on the roof.
All I've done is given it missiles to project at us.
Several.
Yeah, this might be a bit hard. I'm gonna run up 5 feet. Booming blade.
All right. What damage does Booming Blade do?
Thunder.
Yeah.
I assume a 13 doesn't hit though.
It does not. Indeed, the air elemental seems to mimic your thunder with thunder of its own, mockingly. And those of you who can understand indignation is like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, but...
It's telekinetic again.
Alright. Dex and strength. Holding its ground this time. But you do freeze quite effectively this time. Lots of its particles are snap frozen. But the creature is still, at least 2/3 of its original size. A hefty and powerful beast.
Now it's a hailstorm.
Rude. Turns a little bit green. Okay. Let's see. It unleashes its attacks on both of you, Aldrich and Zevran. Starting with Aldrich and then Zevran.
Yep, 19 hits.
And a 24 presumably hits too. It is spins around these walls of air, picking up the bone of the skeleton and skulls and rib cages and leather armor, helmets, blunt ends of swords. All of them make excellent missiles as they smash you and open you up with a 1,000 bruises. Lucius.
This is really not an optimal location for us to be back.
If you're good if you like critical combo.
My god!
I was sure that was going to be a 1. But roll 20 let me down.
Too.
Yeah, well.
Accidentally shoot Sanj in the back of the head.
Dirty Harry.
What's with everyone's rolls today? Arctic's rolling really well, but the rest of us...
I've like 6 crits today, so...
It has been a good game. I agree with you.
She's like, hey, I get to win this time.
That's right. Look, apparently this is like a challenge rating fairly easy, but no, like that's wrong. The challenge rating system is wrong. So yeah, sorry.
Nice. Good hit.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. So could you describe that? Sorry.
Kind of shooting out like a old, was it like a willow hand kind of creeping out at him,
Yeah.
like the willow trees.
Beautiful. And as your ghostly arboreal hand reaches out, it chokes him, and he assumes a more humanoid shape. He coalesces and seems to struggle as your ethereal touch chokes the life and shrinks it ever further. The creature is still berserk and remains intent on your destruction.
Cast.
Alrighty.
That didn't show anything for some reason.
Yeah. There it goes.
Alright, what armor class, sorry?
Well, you know.
No, what armor class did you hit? What did you roll?
Oh,
19.
Yeah, you smash it. Yeah, absolutely.
Any-
Beautiful. Alrighty. Both of them are very effective.
damage.
Yeah, very effective. And the whole thing is now much more wispy and less substantial. Less intense white and dark shades of the bottom side of a cloud, and much more transparent and translucent. All right, San.
Still feeling very insulted. I'm going to step past Ash next to her. I'm going to bring my right hand like around top of my head, and in that arch, I'm going to cast magic missile at the 3rd level.
Your words are wind, it tells you.
I offer no response, but the missiles I send at it. 17 points of damage.
They provide the message enough. And the creature is dissipating now. It's more like wisps of cloud than a single substantial creature. Hands and feet, head and torso, but no legs or arms to intersect. Dragonflies, now's your time. This is the hour of the dragonfly.
Attack! Don't attack!
They run straight in kamikaze style, and they just get ripped apart like an armada from Spain.
I imagine, like in a cartoon, they put down their goggles over their eyes.
That's it. But then the evil red barren dragonflies made of wind and smoke come out and destroy them with these little Disney bullets. Zevram.
Alright, I think this is a dexterity save. Yeah, it's probably not the best thing to use, but I'll give it a try anyway. I will spin around, and my sword leaves a trail of ghostly swords behind it as I spin,
Nice.
and then they burst outwards.
Shing.
Yeah.
Someone actually took that cantrip. Holy shit.
Vaporizes.
Don't judge me. It was for the thematic, alright?
He really loves this ray in this one.
It's very effective. Strength, wisdom.
Nearly got Zevram.
disadvantage. Cool.
Oh, it made the dazing.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. And he unleashes his fury on the target that he can see. But first, wrong roll. Sorry. Yeah, same thing. But and so yeah, a pair of fists manifest and begin smashing into Zevran.
Shield.
But 19's a good roll. You shouldn't use shield.
I flourish my cape up just in time to form a bubble around me as this windy assault connects with the
House Tekken Jewess protects after all these centuries.
You've got him, Zevran.
Stop
finally
knocking
hit.
him towards me.
And the creature is all wisps and puffs of smoke now. Like it manifests a wailing face, which disappears and manifests again. It looks like the spirit that is holding it in place is all but destroyed.
Can't even see it really.
You can move through this mace, it's not actually there.
Yeah, I was just didn't want to be that close to it. I'll throw another chilling touch at it.
Yeah, no worries. And it turns into fragments, snowflakes that blow across the room and then blow themselves out. Rocks and bones and sticks and stones, weapons and armor fall to the ground with clatters and clangs. And then all is quiet again.
Whew. That was a tough one.
You could say that.
I don't know what happened. 1 minute it was all over Ash and Eldritch, and before I knew it, it was on top of me. And
Yeah, it was like hell all over the place. It was weird.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
yeah, the side-eyeing Lucius said, "Yeah, I wonder."
So the dragonflies do persist for a while, so I'm just going to call them back, and they sort of fly underneath my cloak, and sort of, I guess, land inside it. But I can have them up for another hour.
Their wings are like a little translucent fairy decoration.
Well, let's hope that's the worst of this corridor.
You said it dropped things when it died?
Yeah, or the skeleton that it picked up dropped things anyway. Yeah. Arrows, longsword, broken shield, helmet.
Okay.
This corridor's rather dangerous for us to fight in. Let's try and move on rather quick.
Yep. Good.
Are you alright, Sanj? Do you require a potion or some healing?
That would be lovely.
Alright, I've got 3 of these left, but you can have one. 2 of these, actually. You can have one. And I give you a greater healing potion. 4d4 plus 4.
My hands glow and I put my hand on Sanj's forehead and I let the willing whip heal you.
Thank you, both. Appreciate that.
What about you, Ash? You took a bit of a beating as well.
Yeah, I should be fine, thanks.
Alright.
Let's be a little more careful now.
And you, the kick grunt, you weren't any help at all.
I was providing the light!
No, you weren't.
Oh, my sword was!
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm not wrong! Does that mean I'm right?
No.
Just because you're not
Ah,
doesn't mean you're right.
ah. This skeleton has a similar armament: hand axe, helmet, broken shield, leather armor.
We don't hear
Arrow
any more wind
wounds.
in the area.
Sorry,
We don't hear any more wind.
you do not hear any wind at all. In fact, the air is still fresh here from the bluster, but it has that silent, heavy feeling. Not stale, at least, but silent and heavy.
Just to let you know, I can't see anything through here. But,
I know. I just noticed that.
Like, I've noticed it in a few places in here. So I
Right.
think whoever did the dynamic lighting was pretty lazy.
But yeah, that's it. Like I understand they had a big job, but still, if you're gonna sell a product, you could. Get
Yeah,
it right.
I don't think it should be defended. All of the Roll20 products have terrible dynamic lighting.
Yeah, well, when D&D Beyond will do a better job when it finally comes. So
They probably give it to interns to do.
yeah, probably.
Honestly.
Yeah, Hasbro does like D&D though because it makes money. So you never know.
Yeah, but D&D Beyond's not owned by Hasbro.
Oh right, they're
It's
owned by
third-party.
Amazon, aren't they?
No,
Yeah.
Amazon sold it to Fandom a few weeks ago.
Oh,
As in Fandom, that third-party, really shitty group
I don't know.
that puts
Okay.
ads everywhere.
Right, that doesn't bode well. Okay, I guess Roll20 will be here for a while still then. if Hasbro aren't doing it, then I have no faith.
So this individual,
Here's a bow. The bow has a snapped string. There are several broken arrows and a few arrows that are intact as well.
does the bow look special at all? Or just a
Functional.
regular bow?
Yeah, it
Functional.
looks fun.
Functional with a snap.
Exactly, that's
Okay.
right. So, 5 minutes and this thing would be 100%, it'd be worth 50 gold again, just like any other bow. Long bow. So it's it's got its value. It's just useless till you fix it.
And this blade, same.
Yeah, that's right. The blade is a scimitar. It's a little bit rusty, but perfectly usable.
Not much of worth on these fellows, but they must have been protecting something, or
Yeah.
perhaps something was protecting this hallway at least.
Anything strange about the walls?
Make an investigation roll. Apart from a strong smell of rat piss from the western side, nothing particularly unusual.
Just the same old. Okay.
I'll give this door a listen.
Okie dokie. Perception check. You hear the distant sounds of rats squeaking, but and maybe a frog. Probably hear a frog croaking, but it's not in the direction that you've got your ear. It's more or less coming back from where you've already come.
It's the fucking toad in Groin's pocket.
Could be.
I'll just open the door then.
It's a corridor. The corridor has a set of stairs that lead up to the left, and there are further doors down to the east and southeast.
Well,
So,
turning around. Which way?
is Groin dragging the fat halfling behind him?
I think
or-
Aldrich has got him, but like if Aldrich wants to offload him to Groin, then he can drag him.
Yeah, what's happening with the fat halfling?
If the goblin isn't strong enough to drag him, then I'll drag him.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, he's not really strong enough, but he can have a go, you know. And so like, oh, thanks so much for helping. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, bro.
Do you really mean it?
No.
I didn't think so.
You ever tell me you love me again, Groin, I'll take out your other eye with this cigar.
Alright. I'm not attracted to you at all. It's purely platonic. But I won't tell you again. I just want you to know.
We have the
Well, which way?
Does someone want to peek upstairs real quick? Am I not there?
Sure, I'll go have a look. Just another door up this way.
Okay.
Doors everywhere. West, east, southeast.
I feel like we should head south.
Okay.
That riddle still is still playing in the back of my mind.
We've gone north of the statue already. If you want to play out the riddle, maybe we should head back towards the statue and head south from.
Do this again. Yeah, south of here. That's right. Well, I mean, we're gonna pass back there anyway.
There's still a lot of exploring to do.
I digress.
This door then, or the one you're next to? Alright, I gingerly open the door.
There is no ginger on the other side, but there is a large bare room. It's about 20 feet tall, so it's pretty tall, and has an odd shape. The room is lined with shelves, right? So, and the shelves are carved into the stone. The best analogy I can think of is from Skyrim, where the Draugr are kept. You know, they basically have these vertical tombs where the skeletons are kept in the wall rather than anywhere else. But in this case, the entire thing is completely empty except for one skeleton. There is a single skeleton over on the far edge of the wall, and from the distance that you are, you can see that they wear some armor that looks like it was once, animal skin, leather or hide or something, and they clutch in their hands a staff. But its boots have almost rotted away, as have its clothing. Really, it's only the hide armor and the staff that appear to be anything less than completely deteriorated.
Well, what kind of staff is it? Is it ornate or just a walking cane?
It's stout oak. It's a stout oak staff, about 5.5 feet long. Has no obvious markings on it.
I'm sort of gonna give a look around the skeleton, and if I don't see anything that catches my eye, I'll reach for the staff.
Make an investigation roll. There are many cobwebs here, indicating that the skeleton's been here for a long time. The skull shape and the eyes tell you that it was an elf.
And then I'll reach for the staff and sort of try to loosen it from its grip.
The hand has no particular grip over it. and you hear the scrape of bone against wood as you pry it from the fingers, which kind of crumble with nothing to hold the digits together. The knuckle bones just fall like dice. You have an oak star.
Found a stick.
Ooh.
Does anyone want to
my
sit?
stick?
Well, I don't know. What's your stick look like?
Oh, it was just kind of here. Found it on the trail someday.
Well, here,
Like,
have
nah,
another stick. This
What
one's
kind of
made of
stick?
oak, I think.
Ooh.
Not much else in this room, though. Just this one dead guy with his stick.
Oh, does the hide armor still look like it's in good condition?
It is actually, yeah, it's rhinoceros hide.
Ooh. I'll attempt to take that off his body and possibly
Yes.
kill it.
Fairly similar dimensions to yourself, so yeah, it's yeah, the hide armor is perfectly good, and you could wear it right now if you wanted to.
I already have hide armor.
No worries. This stuff is grey, so if you decide that you want a colour change, then the power is yours.
What do you think this room was used for? I mean, other than storing bodies, obviously.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Perhaps it was the mortuary of some grand necromancer, huh?
Maybe.
But,
I
I
hope
wasn't
not.
being serious.
Do you think a mortuary of a grand necromancer would be empty?
I mean, it wasn't empty.
It's one.
Still body in here.
One skeleton.
Well, maybe he just hasn't gone out collecting for a while.
Yes, perhaps he was having a dry spell.
Hey.
Oh, perhaps the room's watered so that once you enter you won't be able to leave, and that's how he plans on getting more skeletons.
I quickly rushed.
And you find that that it is difficult to get out because Sanj is in your way.
Oops, sorry. My bad.
Remember that?
I kind of like it in here, though. Maybe I do just want to stay here.
You want to stay in the room with the dead man?
See, she's already under the necromancer's spell. Probably can't walk through the doorway even if she wanted to.
Well,
No, I could. I just don't want to.
well, if we needed to make camp, we found a good room for it.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Oh,
Why would we make him in a... How is that a good idea? It's a grave. A tomb.
Yeah. And?
I don't think Ash has the same qualms as you do about death.
It's all natural. What's wrong with it? The
All
dirt you're
natural
standing on
by
right now
death.
is something that died. Get over it.
You'll probably find it's a bit hard to get over death.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try this door. Moving up McEldritch. Huh.
Another tomb.
Any more bodies in this one?
You're muted, Arctic.
Sorry about that. No, nothing in here at all. It's even less bare. That's the key difference between that room and the other. This one doesn't have any bodies at all.
Very little of it down this.
Well, up towards the other door you saw then.
I think so. It's probably our best bet.
Alright. This door is different, son.
Mm-hmm.
This door is stout oak, like many of the others. But it has iron, and those iron bandings don't look like they've... Or metal banding, it's like a dull sort of gunmetal banding. And those dull metal bandings don't seem like they've really corroded at all, and the door really deteriorated at all. They both have an ancient quality to them, but they don't show any sign of deterioration. But maybe they're not that old. Maybe you're just letting your mind run away with you because of the image on the door. And the images of this huge dwarven, heavily armed warrior locked in a defensive stance behind his shield. So he's got his hammer raised, he's got his full body shield, he's got his winged helmet, and the guy, he's ready to take you. Come on, I'll do you. He's carved into the wood.
Right. Any iconography on the shield or armor?
No. Actually there is. Yeah, heraldry check, our history check.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what their heraldry is. I can't believe I don't think I've ever been asked this question. But it's definitely the heraldry of the Malarkin dwarves. So I'm going to have to find out what that actually is. The Malarkin dwarves are the dwarves who built the tunnels that we now know as Undermountain. That's not quite true, but it's close enough. I can't hear anyone. Is anyone speaking?
No.
Nope.
You said you were finding out something.
No. Sorry, I won't. I won't bother. I apologise for that. I'll find it another time.
No stress. That's right. Dwarven make.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I feel like that would explain the quality of the banding around the door. What are we talking here? Like door handles? Is it it's a double door, a single door?
Yeah, it's just a single door, reinforced with that gunmetal. A pair of brass handles, old-fashioned lock and key system. So strong, but nothing particularly complex about it. It looks like it would be hard to kick down.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try open it regardless.
No worries. It is closed and locked.
Yeah. Might need to unlock this door before we proceed.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh.
I will attempt to open the door with my thieves' tools.
No worries. The lock is old and strong and a bit rusted in place, and while you don't break the mechanism at all, it proves to be too difficult for the tools that you have at hand.
Is it a lock like around the handles, is like as a padlock, or is it like a?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a pair of locks on either side of it. They're kind of like a wardrobe, right? So I guess that's probably the best description. You know how many of those wardrobes from the earlier 20th century have two doors, and each of those doors has a separate keyhole. Yeah, it's like that.
It would seem that I am having a bit of trouble with this lock. It's well, it's dwarven make, isn't it? Yeah, that's the.
Let me give.
I rest my hand on your shoulders, Evrim, and say, "It's okay. And you gave it your best shot."
I did, and it's not my fault dwarves can't make proper locks.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't getting through.
Is there a slight gap between floor and door?
No gap.
And roughly how big is the keyhole?
A couple of inches, 3 inches at most, 2.
We could burn the door down. Light it on fire.
Fire in confined spaces is really a good idea most of the time.
Why is that?
Well, burning. Smoke.
I can get myself to the other side of the door and see if there's a mechanism with which to open it while I'm there.
How would you do that?
Just transform myself into a cloud of gas and make my way through the keyhole.
Oh, alright, but what happens if there's trouble on the other side? We can't help you.
I can come straight back.
Alright. I guess we'll wait here.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out a bit of gauze and click my finger as a wisp of smoke comes off of it, as my form dissipates into that smoke. And if possible, I'll try and make my way through one of the 2 keyholes. And as I enter the space, I'm going to try and look around for some sort of mechanism or maybe a key or something like that to try and get this door open from this side.
Yeah, it's easy, and so you're able to unlock it immediately from the other side. You find yourself in an empty room, but not one that has no decoration. There's extensive decorations here. From floor to wall and including the roof, you can see that the artist who designed this place had tried to create the aesthetic of a cave. So the whole thing looks like a natural cavern, right? But that's deliberate. It's not a natural cavern. It's been sort of painted or frescoed that way, so the whole thing's made of tile. The room is otherwise empty, though, save for a large carpet on the ground, and that carpet has kind of blockish, stylized dwarves fighting some humanoid that might be orcs or goblins or something. And a big bed, a huge bed that is probably not in the good enough condition to sleep on.
Oh my, what a strange room.
It is.
Does the wear on the carpet appear natural, as if it had been kind of just frayed over time due to, I don't know, parasites or just things like that?
Make an investigation roll, yeah. Or nature. That's cool too.
Yeah, I'll take investigation, I think.
Sure.
Precision.
Yeah, you think that your conclusion was correct. The fibers have just died over time.
Anything under the rug? Walking around on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not much of interest, no.
Strange ornamentation to place in a room like this, especially in a place like this.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Do you know of any dwarves that may have lived here?
A long time ago. Nothing recent.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe some Draugr occasionally, but are they even really dwarves?
Yeah, very weird. Is there any script on the carpet at all?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. It's sort of stylized runes, but it doesn't really say anything. It's kind of like courage, strength.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I think there's much to see here.
What's around this corner?
You discover around the corner that there is a sunken basin made of that same dull grey metal that lined the door, and a handle. Again, a similar material. The handle is like one giant bigot, one giant valve that you could spin potentially.
I immediately go to play with it.
You
See if I can't loosen it.
It spins with well, not ease, but with a bit of a, you gotta use your muscles. Got to show that you're a man, and when you do, you break the kind of grime that is holding it in place, and water, hot, clean water, pours into this basin.
Oh my God! It's a miracle.
What is it?
It's just water.
It's a
It's not
bath
real.
with working water.
Wait, don't touch the water. How do we know it's real water, Zevram? Just think.
I touch the water to scoop it into my mouth.
It is so hot, like it's not damaging hot, but it's that's way too hot for my bath. I'm gonna get in anyway, and I'm gonna turn red. Oh, this is painful. This is it's that heat.
Yes, it's the burn so good heat.
Got it. But it's fresh, like you taste it, and there's a mineral quality to it. But people pay money for minerals in water. At least they do in fucking Waterdeep.
Looks real enough to me. Tastes real enough.
Oh. I'm just gonna watch and wait for Zevram to drop dead.
Right. Well, I've been thinking, we've been going for quite a while, and I begin to undress. Why don't we just stay here for the night?
You find that Zevram is surprisingly ripped. Like, you didn't realize it.
What are you suggesting, Zevram?
As I drop my breastplate to the floor, I think you know what I'm suggesting.
How long do you
Alright.
require?
I'm gonna go cast tiny hut in the room outside while Zevram's in the bath.
Alright.
So won't be able to enter afterwards.
No worries.
Well, if everyone's okay with it, I'm gonna take a bath.
It is steaming hot, and so like this room fills up with a mist, a satisfying steam, and you turn like a deep mauve. Your natural purple goes almost peach color, and but it's refreshing. It's absolutely refreshing, and had you used your inspiration, you would get it back.
Nice. Well, I will be here for the next few hours, I think. But basically what I'm trying to do is I'm setting up, because I have to leave shortly.
Good call.
So I'm going to take this bath and a long rest if possible. If not, then I will rejoin the party when I have finished my...
Cool. Alright, enjoy the movie, man. Have a good time.
Yeah, I'm going to go see Captain Marvel. Hopefully it is a good movie. I hear some snickers.
No. I mean, you've got your plans. I've already seen the movie, but sure, enjoy it.
Thanks. I won't go into it with any preconceptions.
If you hate it, you're a
good idea.
misogynist. So there you go.
That's right. Oh, female role. I hate it. Must mean I'm fucking...
Yeah,
what
my
is that?
feed's been a bit like that. Yeah, really.
Alright, guys. We'll have fun. Try not to die.
See you soon.
See you guys next.
See you, mate.
Yeah. It's not a good movie.
Oh, really?
I might just.
We're gonna take a long rest.
Yeah. I think-
Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
I'd
you're
like
all
a long rest.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try for it
Alright.
and go and close that door.
Close the door. It locks. It should be pretty damn solid. It was hard to get in. It failed. Both of our thieves failed.
Yeah.
So
And after it's locked, I'll do the tiny hut like here so that it'll block the other side of the door so that someone has to get rid of the tiny hut before they can even start picking the lock.
oh, so you cast it. Say that again.
I'll put a radius on my thing.
Yeah. And make it go through the door.
That is not right.
No, it wouldn't be because like all dimensions are halved in this. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't know that that's not possible.
I'm just checking the spell to make sure it is.
Because I'm not sure if like you can make it go through walls. I don't know if you can. You probably actually have to check the rules for domes rather than the rules for the spell.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to go through walls because I'll cast a spell while the door's open and then
you
close the door and lock it while the door's.
But can you?
While
But
the,
then maybe you can't close the door because like can objects pass through it? Because if they can't, then
yeah, but
the door's
the
not
hut is on the other side of the door, like this.
right. Yeah. I know. No. Okay. I fully understand. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah. No, that works. I get it.
So it'll eat up a little bit of the room inside the hut, so we won't be able to fit the full party inside the hut, but it also magically seals off the only entrance to the room.
Yeah, and you've cast it beyond the door, but you can see beyond the door, so it's all cool. Yeah, it's all legitimate. It's good strategy. Looks fun.
I'm going to start searching Fat Boy, and I will also strip him of his clothes.
All right. So yeah, his clothes are worth about 80 gold pieces once you get the rat smell out of him. He has a couple of rings and a necklace. His combined jewelry is worth 8d10 gold pieces. And one of the jewels is a signet ring for his house, the Greets, who are a fairly insignificant noble house. Like, they're not as important as your house, and nowhere near the status of the M. Cathras or someone like that, the Castellantis. So you get a signet ring for the minor house of Greeth. A bunch of other jewels if you want to use them. I think he has a rapier or a short sword, but there doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about it. It looks like it was a functional weapon rather than anything decorative. But the guy does not look like, a warrior, so he probably picked the blade up down here anyway.
The name that he threatened us with, Shard Runners, that sounds really familiar. Has it come up before?
It was in my game. So, I don't know. I want to run that for my character.
Yeah, I don't know if it's come up or not. It's hard for me to tell. You can make a history check.
Alright.
Is it? I think. What's his name? When we spied on him through the basement there, the guy across from us. I think he mentioned him.
Yeah.
Well, he thought that there was no one listening in because he was cursing us.
That could be accurate. So yeah, I'll start with Lucius and I'll move on to Ash. Lucius, yeah, you have heard of the Shard Runners. They're meant to be like a very minor and insignificant criminal organization, kind of like a glorified adventuring party that's 5 times too big. And from what you've heard, they seek notoriety rather than have earned it. They're they're not worth noticing, and so that's probably why you don't know much about them. Ash, on the other hand, knows the critical information that they are were-rats, and they operate within Undermountain, and particularly within the sewers of Waterdeep. But they're mostly halfling kids. Yeah, when I say kids, I mean teenagers. So they're mostly halflings aged between the age of about 13 and 25, and they specialise in burglary. But when I say specialise, what I mean is that they are common petty thieves with a shared identity and lycanthropy.
Okay. Yeah, I know them. I've had a few run-ins with them, but I've been down here visiting. They're all leaning close to the group. They're ratmen. Got these like big fangs. You don't want to get bit by them.
So you should heal pretty quick.
Oh, God. Eldritch finding that out was... Well, then.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, what do you want with this common thug?
Well, if we're still questioning him, we can wait till he wakes up. But not, then I can dispose of him now. Up. Either.
He probably doesn't know too much, but you can question him if you really want. Up to you.
Yeah, Eldritch, I'd say this is... Yeah.
You've been dragging him around all this time.
Your boyfriend.
I suppose I'll ask him a couple questions.
Alright. So if we're taking a long rest here, or are we?
I believe so.
If we're taking a long rest here, you'll have ample time. He wakes up and... Thank you for saving my life.
Think Leviathan. Now tell me. Anything useful you know about this area that you can tell us?
Yes, I know all sorts of useful information. I could be a tremendous asset to your organization.
Or tell us this area.
You've put me on the spot here. Let me think. I don't really know what you'd find interesting. Just give me a moment. Do you know about the Xanathar Guild?
Next subject, please. We've already killed the Xanathar.
What? It's what? It's true?
Yeah, I don't know. Never mind.
Looks like he doesn't have anything interesting to tell us.
No, wait. There must be something. You know about the Xanathar Guild? I mean, the numbers. I mean, you know they've got a giant? No, two giant.
Giant kind. Interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting, and that's what I'm here for, to be useful to you.
Tell me, Halfling, does the two-headed king mean anything to you?
That's, the giant has 2 heads.
And is he considered a king?
I'm gonna say yes.
Is that because that's what I want to hear? Or are you just saying that because you have no idea?
Educated guess. I was trained in the best schools of Waterdeep. You should trust my intellect.
Yeah, right.
We're cousins to the snow beetles. We're very important people.
The snow beetles?
Yeah. The richest people in Waterdeep.
Are they really? I know they're up there.
I think that they are the witches.
They're up there, but I don't know if I'd call them the richest.
I would dispute this statement.
Tell me, also, what are you doing down here, and is there more of you?
Oh, yes, my friend. I have a well, you see, I have a companion, Sylvia. Sylvia she's down here somewhere too. But we're no threats to you. I propose an alliance between the Shard Runners and your Xanathar killers.
They could be useful to us with the right leverage.
Yes. Think about it. You'd have control over Undermountain through a vassal power.
Yeah, but you also like stabbing people in the back.
You seem to be stab-worthy people as well.
Is that a threat?
No, observation. That's why those blades aren't clean. I say we stick him!
Does anyone else have any questions that they can think of?
For him, no.
You'll be richly rewarded on the surface, both in temporal treasures, because we're rich, and also because you will have valuable spies in the underworld who can perform your dirty deeds.
What do you think, Sanj? You are muted.
Oh, am I DC'd? You guys hear me?
No, there you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I was just asking whether or not he had a network of spies on the surface.
You ask him?
Yes, that's right. Like, if he's affiliated
Yes.
with this.
The Shard Runners we have an entire thieves guild, and why, if the Xanathar is truly defeated, the Xanathar's guild is no more. This means that the Shard Runners can rise to the position of prominence.
How many of you are there?
30 maybe?
What exactly is your position with these Shard Runners?
Well, I'm very important, you see. We recently acquired a very important new member, my foolish nephew, Dasher Snow Beetle. And now, well, we've got all the resources we could possibly need.
Wait, Snow Beetle is one of you?
Well, yeah, the Dash of Snow Beetle. You can't have heard of him. He's a nobody.
Well, I don't know of him, but I know of the snow beetles.
Oh, well, that makes more sense then. Yes. Then you would understand how rich we are now. And this means that all of our burglaries are done with all the resources that we can provide.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good blackmail target, because I'm assuming he has the same problem you do.
A gift
gift.
Yes. Yes, but we could blackmail him if we wanted to, but I would advise, for the moment, merely using his talent.
So, can I insight his bullshit about being a very important person with these people? Because I'm skeptical to believe that a chubby were-rat that's down here seeking the praise of regular rats is important to a clan of were-rats.
Oh. He seems to think that he is.
Yeah, he thinks that he is.
And what was your name, Halfling?
I am Gweith. Flindol Gweith.
Flindol Gweith.
No, Gweith. Flindol Gweith.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The Flindol, sorry, with an N.
Grief.
Yes, that's right. Gweith.
So, Flindol, a proposition for you, assuming my comrades are okay with it. You and yours will provide services to us as we require them.
Yes.
Bear in mind, I know where you reside. I know what your face looks like.
Well, of course. Well, I'm sure that you already knew it before today. You would have seen me on the paper enough times, I'm certain.
Rest assured, I did not. But
have I ever seen it in the paper?
Make a history check.
I guess this is a no.
Yeah, I'm assuming with keen mind, I would have seen anything within the last month about him, but...
Ooh, make a history check.
Okay. Oh, it's just the 17. It's not no D4.
You've heard, you don't have to see the picture, but you have heard the name. And there are stories that a noble disappeared, presumed dead. There's rumors getting around that he was seen being stabbed and tossed into the canals near the docks. But yeah, they said there is a missing persons out for one Flindle Grief.
Right.
Is there a bounty on your head?
Bounty? No, I've remained very quiet. Actually, the authorities have no idea what we're up to. There'll be 100 of us.
My proposition is as follows then. Yes, if me or mine should ever require your services, you will answer to them in exchange for your life and freedom. Does that sound fair?
It does. You will find that we are very cooperative. I have no intention of conquering Waterdeep. No, I am happy to eat the crumbs that spill off your table.
And your organization was named what? The Shard Runners, was it?
The Shard Runners.
Perfect. Very well. I have no further questions.
You said the authorities had no idea about your plans. What are your plans?
No. Well, our numbers are growing exponentially. That means very fast. We have so many of them, and every time we bite someone, there's a chance that they might get the disease too. Pretty soon, our numbers grew from a dozen to a score. We're now in the 30s, and we should reach 100 by the end of the year.
Okay, then I'll stick my arm out, bite me.
Oh, may I?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna smack him and say yes.
Oh, thank you, milady. He bites you deep, and he sticks the tongue in.
Oh, jeez.
Do you voluntarily fail your Constitution saving throw?
No, I want to see what happens.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw.
Performance problems, huh?
Yeah.
We will have to keep trying. It doesn't happen the first time every time.
I'll smack him again. Like, yeah, you're full of shit.
As milady says.
I'm just imagining now that he's just bit into her arm while in human form.
Well, the survival is still active with the disease. I mean, the gift.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, you do not turn into a were-rat, but we can try again.
I'm gonna turn into a giant rat.
Look, it's working! That was the most sudden transformation I ever witnessed. Wait, you could already do that!
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think that we have found a new queen of the Shard Runners.
Oh, God.
I shall be your noble prince, always at your side like a shadow, but never conspiring against you, my dear.
No, you can lick my boots, but that's about as close as you're getting me.
He falls to his feet, his like bulging belly scraping against the stone. May I?
I'm gonna step on his face.
He licks those boots as you do. Eldritch, how are you feeling as this woman steps on your territory?
I'm more annoyed, not at Ash, but at the fat slob. More the fact that the way they recruit people is just biting people unwillingly and then forcing them into this type of like cursed servitude. So as this is happening, my hand is kind of trembling.
Yeah, it's making all them willing sufferers look bad, you know.
Do you think I could lick your boot?
No.
I knew you'd say that.
Was that groin?
You boy.
Yeah, it's like, groin, please, have a bit more self-respect.
I don't even know what that means.
Don't worry,
Right,
I
I
know.
actually like you unlike this piece of filth.
Do you really mean it?
I like you more than this piece of filth.
You really mean it? Oh, shit. The guy on the floor tries to lick harder because he's sure that will impress you. In fact, he gives you those eyes as he licks.
Oh, God.
His neck beard bristles.
Oh, God. Could you please get rid of him now? Like, shoot.
You have the magic dome up.
He can leave through it.
Okay, neat. Okay.
Flindle, I will be in touch.
Yes. I cannot wait until I receive your instructions, Supreme Overlord of Waterdeep.
That does have a nice ring to it.
Kind of give Sans a side eye, like, huh?
Oh, worry not, Lucius. It's all a joke. I promise.
He turns into his were-rat. Prepares.
They're multiplying.
Can't see the other one. There it is.
Now, shall we place bets on whether we'll ever hear from him again or not? I vote not.
Yeah, probably not.
5 gold. I'll take you up on that.
Alright. What's the time limit?
Oh, I don't believe we specified one.
I'm not putting an indefinite limit on a bet responding to not hearing from him again. Say a month?
A month is good. Alright. I'll extend my hand as a handshake of,
Alright. Shake on this.
good.
And by the way, Sans, you were asking about Arcturia before?
I was, yes.
What reason? That's a name we've heard before.
A little bit. My memory of the name is a bit vague, but I remember coming across the name when I came here with my family. It was a long time ago now, though, but it has stuck with me. I don't really know what to make of it, but I feel as though I am somehow tied to it, or whoever it might be. I don't know exactly what it could be, but it's just a name that's been stuck with me for a long time, and I've not really found any sort of answer.
Well, the Arcturia that I'm aware of, I don't even know a time, would go back to around about the founding of Waterdeep, hundreds of years ago now. Arcturia was one of Hallister's apprentices. There's an old tower which used to belong to her down the Dockward.
Interesting. Okay. Perhaps that will be worth looking into once we get back to the surface. Once we've achieved our goals here. I think I'll follow that up.
Perhaps. Is that the building that is Arcturia's tower, the one that had the vault under it, wasn't it?
I think it might have been, yeah. I think it might have been. Did that building have like transmutation pictures and stuff?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like old tapestries of weird experiments.
I don't think so. I do know that the tower in the dock ward we visited was Arcturia's.
Right. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what was in it because it's been so long.
I think, yeah, and in Dragon Heist it actually changes. So I think that it is in the bottom of a tower that has a magic circle in the basement, and in the floor level there are these tapestries that are all pretty much deteriorated, and they have really weird experiments like the creation of half illithids and tentacle people and stuff. It's pretty intense.
I think you might have mentioned something about it because the teleportation circle in the basement, I think you mentioned that there was a destroyed one and that the door to the vault was behind it, and because that was where Eldritch's aunt was, and she had the contractors in and everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Because we used the excuse that we were there to see it because it was Arcturia's tower.
I think they're pretty sure that the circle works just fine. It's just that you guys, wait till later to use it.
Oh wait, no, yeah, that's right, it does, because that's the one that Manchun used to arrive.
That's right, Manchun. That's what I thought.
Bastard.
I didn't want to say it, but that's what I recall. Yeah.
Yeah, because Manchun used it while we were in the vault, and he's like, hello there, and we're like, fuck, it worked!
That's right, it works, and it's therefore, that makes it probably attuned to somewhere that, a Manchun stronghold.
Yeah, so that was it. So yeah, we've been there before. We have the location for Arcturia's tower.
It's up for sale, actually. 60,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's it.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I think that might be worth looking into once we've completed our business down here.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for you to want to look into it. She's supposedly a great transmuter.
Might be old tomes, books, research, something like that I might be able to get my hands on.
There's certainly some interesting stuff beneath the tower, but we'll leave that to show you when we go there.
Sounds good.
Alright, so we shall long rest.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Did bot dropped out for some reason? He just quit the channel. What a rude bot. I think maybe. So I'll work it out. Anyway, so it's 8 hours. Is time that we hope to spend here. Everyone roll a d10. First of all, to determine what the order of your watches are going to be, and then those people who are taking a watch roll it.
I'm happy taking first watch. I don't mind.
I need to take first watch before my dark vision spell runs out. So
Okay, sure.
because if I go last, my spell will probably be gone by then.
Yeah, no problems. I'll take second, then just wake me up.
I guess I can take third.
Cool. And fourth? Don't have one.
Eldritch probably,
Cool.
or Zevram, either way.
Alright, so each person roll d10. Cool. Time passes. It's uneventful. You don't hear any disturbances. At least nothing more than, rats.
Ugh.
Alright, I'm just gonna quickly see if I want to change any spells before we move.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
Let's be on our toes, just in case there's an ambush once we leave. This fat fuck might have brought his friends back.
That's possible.
It's possible, but
I
well,
will.
it would be a
I will.
bad idea on his part.
So, are we ready to move out?
I believe so.
Alright, I'll get rid of the door. Alright!
Take the lead, Groin.
I suppose so.
And same as yesterday, in game yesterday, I shall cast Dark Vision and Mage Armor as we.
I found something!
What did you find?
It's a skeleton! It's got a bow, but the thing snapped!
Hey, don't you remember? Like
Yeah.
8 hours ago?
Oh, that's right!
Yeah, we came through this way.
Oh no! He looks around at the air. It's invisible, isn't it?
It's dead.
Oh, that's
Isn't
good.
that right, you stupid air?
The air does not reply. There is no whispering threat, nor passing wind. Sanj and Zebram are keeping up. They're lagging a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but they're there.
I'm going to skeleton and my hands are gonna glow red for a second and down and touch the skull and animate head.
Excellent. You have a pet skeleton.
Charming, Aldrich, as usual.
Oh, we could use extra bodyguards down here.
I suppose you're not wrong. Shall we return to that statue?
Yeah, if you want to try and look
the
for that
obelisk.
I think that would be a good idea.
It smells like rat piss in here.
I try and find where the rat piss is coming from.
Make an investigation. It's strongest, more or less where you're standing, actually.
Alright. There's no way to move the walls, really.
You look around, and it's that, as you start poking around in it, you can see that it's got that same lack of mortar, so you relatively new bricks with, no mortar to hold them in place.
Hey guys, we got another secret passage over here.
Another one.
Yeah. I'll start pushing bricks out of the way.
Yeah, you're able to remove them one by one, so it takes a while. You've only really gotten started by the time everyone gets back, but you eventually break through. It reveals a corridor that it kind of stinks. There's no airflow in here whatsoever, and there's very few ants or anything to break down the waste, so it's just rat poo mostly.
We have really spent a lot of time around rats recently. Can we just... Do we have to?
No, if you don't want to check it out, that's fine.
It's not like we're rushing for time, and why not? Who knows what the corridor might hold?
Lucius kind of glances over at Sanj and his lack of a nose. Ah, yes, why not?
It leads to another dead end just suddenly ends.
If I know Undermountain. Again, same sort of process. Sliding panels, grooves, dips in the floor, walls, anything like that.
While you're looking, you knock out the bricks almost by accident, and slowly dismantle this wall just like you've done before. So it's taking time. Each of these takes about 10 minutes, but you get through it, and no one seems to disturb you during that period. There is a rat, a big rat, and when you remove half of the bricks, it bolts, it runs, and it comes back a little bit when you've done about 3/4 of it. It runs away again. It runs away, and so by the time you've actually got enough room to move through, the rat's long gone. There are several statues in here, or two actually. There are statues of dwarves. They're on 2-foot-high pedestals. The statues bear the emblem of Malerkin.
Any way to interpret this as the two-headed king?
It has one head, so it would require a fairly large leap of creative license.
Yeah. Oh, there's more than two statues, yeah.
Good call.
Yep.
Well, the rat
Right.
sees you again and like freaks again and runs away to the door. And then turns into a were-rat. Would you like to roll for initiative, or it's trying to escape? Will you let it escape?
Is it the same chubby fuck?
It's not. It's slim. It's light. It kind of has a bit of a wishy tail.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
Let's chase it.
Okay.
Running back and forth and watching us like that is a possibility. It could be a Xanathar spy and not connected to that other one as well. Because it fucking ran up, it looked at us, it ran down, it ran up and looked at us again.
Alright.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I'm also still getting into position myself. Alright. Okay. So Lucius, you can see like Aldrich says, let's go after it. What do you do?
I will start moving up. But I don't particularly want to waste a spell slot on a rat. It's running away from us as well, and we know it's a person. I'll just dodge action and see what everyone else does.
It opens the door with its action, and then begins to move away as fast. And it doesn't need to open the door with the action, so it just opens it as part of its movement, and then runs as fast as it can. Into the darkness.
Yeah. Is anyone specifically gonna like dash after it, or?
Really?
I might.
Skip over orbit, go to Outreach. So yeah, Aldrich, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash right there and my skeleton dash with me.
Alright. Skeleton is dutiful in his servitude.
I guess I'll just follow up. Oh. Where'd it go?
That's 5, 10, 20, 30, and then dashing another 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I able to get past Eldritch and the skeleton here? I still have
Yeah, I think it's difficult terrain, I'm pretty sure. Passing
I
through
can't. Yeah, I can't get. In that case, I can't. I have to stop there because I won't be able to.
Yeah, we've only got 5 left.
Yeah.
Are we just trying to catch this thing or what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I will dash.
The Were-At fires at Hand's crossbow at Lucius.
Misses.
7. Yeah. And let's see now. Runs down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Orbit will dash to catch up with me. After shooting at Lucius, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I shall dash there.
Is this the first secret corridor that we came through the bricked wall?
Good question. It does have the bricks to cast to one side, so that's yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, I just dashed here and that's the turn.
Sanj would remember with his photographic memory, yeah. Alright, Ash.
Yeah, I'll... go to here. Then my turn.
At this point, the Were-At is terrified.
Okay, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna dash just here. Okay. That's my turn.
Excellent.
Alright, so since my familiar is a tiny sized creature, is it possible for me to carry it with me on my turn?
Yeah, sure. That will use its movement up as well, though.
Because I was picturing like carrying it and then...
Unless
kind
you
of like-
use your action to snatch it out of the air, so you kind of like... Yeah, if you use your action to snatch it out of the air, you can then carry it and essentially teleport it. You know, teleport it 30 feet as you move it forward ahead. And then it'll still get its movement and its action. Cost you your action.
Yeah, I'll do my action to do that because rather than teleporting, I'm flavoring it, like grabbing it and then kind of hurling it through the air like a ball.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. And in that case, it's there's no problem. So the action is picking it up and then launching it again.
Yeah, so it's like, quick, he's getting out of range. Throw!
Cool. So it's the rat's go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, getting away. And another 30 will probably put. They're running. They're out of here.
Fuck, she's gone around the corner, so it won't be able to. Alright, that's it for his turn. I think at this point, if she's dashing, we've lost her.
Yeah.
Unless someone's going to use magic to catch up, and I don't think any of us want to do that.
Are you still dashing, Eldritch? I guess it's really up to you, mostly.
I guess I will just move here.
You hear this sound of frantic squeaking, as if there is a very large rat panicking.
I guess I'll just shake my head and look kind of confused because there's like multiple days, and I say, yeah, we lost her.
The screeching is coming from the southwest. It's not far away.
I think I'll stop there since we seem to not be able to catch up to it.
There's a putrid, awful smell coming from that direction. Ash.
Knowing.
Oh god, that's where the the Rats Crusade mustn't have gone well.
Which way is the smell coming from?
The southwest, and so are the screeches.
Yeah, yeah, we don't need to worry about that.
We do, because that's where the obelisk is.
Sanj?
Yeah, okay. I am going to, as a bonus action, cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. It's a transmutation spell, so I'm going to also change my stone to give me an extra 10 feet of movement. So I think I'm now at 50 feet. I lose my dark vision. As an action, I'm going to cast light, like on myself. So I think that gives me... It's a 40-foot radius total, 20 of which is bright, and the other 20 is dim.
Cool.
And then I believe, as part of casting the spell, I could take the dash action.
Excellent.
So that's 50 feet to there. And then I'm going to move another 50.
Right, I didn't even notice you go into that room, so I'll briefly describe it for you.
Oh, sure.
There are fountains in here. There's blue marble basins in each fountain, drainage holes in the rim that prevent overflow, but there's no water flowing in or out of them. There are dwarven faces, bas reliefs, and it's from the mouth of the dwarfs the water is theoretically supposed to come out, but nothing is coming out.
Okay.
There's a couple of frogs in here, and they croak at you.
Yeah, sure. Nothing of immediate interest, so I'm just going to keep going.
Absolutely. Wow. Alright.
Yeah,
Vicious.
the Rats Crusade definitely did not go well. I'll just move up to here.
You can hear the screeches, terrified squeak of a were-rat. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Avoids attacks of opportunity and keeps fucking running. 2, 3, 5, 6, 4.
can be seen. Oh, I hope this roll.
Huh, hilarious. Alright, so it's wisdom and strength.
Yes, I don't know which way the where rat went, but I'm hoping it went past and down.
Alright, so it is frightened, it won't move towards you. And it's blown away how far?
I think the DC's only 12.
Oh, right, so it's not frightened. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Up to 30 feet.
so I think you determine it.
Yeah, up to 30 feet. Well, I can't. It's just full strength, let's say.
Yeah, usually.
30
I would always assume it's the full strength unless you say otherwise from now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Was there any were-rat screaming, followed by the carrion crawler being telekinetically pushed back?
Unsatisfactorily, no.
Oh.
Aldrich.
I will go up here, put a cigar in my mouth, and I will have the skeleton light it for me. That'll be the end of my turn. I am disappointed that I did not catch the were-rat in the hunt.
Well. At least you haven't died of lung cancer yet.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Yeah, that's it for my turn.
Oh, okay, cool. Carrion crawler. Oh, wait. That's me. Alright. The carrion crawler is angered by the fact that it has been telekinetically pushed away from a living meal. Carrion is good, but living flesh is good too. And so you hear the slithering sounds of these monstrosities as they crawl through the spaces provided. And with the tentacles quivering, this giant maggot sees its prey.
How fast can they move?
Right, well, they were dashing. So like, but I didn't see the orbit there. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, and he engages orbit.
How? Because you moved him from there, but his token wasn't there before.
Was it not there? It must have been here. Yeah, here it is, because that's where he was eating the goblin. So he was right there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So it's close, but
Tentacles.
fuck, do they have reach?
Okay. Alright, DC 13. So, poor little Orbit suddenly is paralyzed in midair, and he drops out of the sky but is caught by the tentacles and is being pulled towards the snapping maws of this hideous creature. Meanwhile, another one appears as Aldrich blows the smoke out of his mouth from the cigar. Another one of these monstrosities crawls its way around this curved tunnel and begins to encroach from the other side.
Gonna move 10 feet and then ask if we saw, like, did anyone see which way that were-rat went?
No idea.
Okay. I am going to stay put, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to... so that's 10, 20, 30. Yeah, I'm gonna summon a mote of flame in my hand and throw it outwards towards the carrion crawler. And I cast a Ganazar Scorcher.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen this.
It's just a line of 30-foot line in front of me.
Beautiful.
Dex save, I believe
Okay.
it is. Hang on, let's see, where is it?
Is scorched indeed.
So that was, what, 10, 15, 20... And I'm just going to move back into this hallway, and then that's my turn.
Lucius.
I am going to cut. I'll step over here so I can cast it over here.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cast Get the Fuck Away from My Familiar. And I'm going to make it fail the saving throw with Portent.
Alright, and where did you... Can you put the... I'll put a goblin down where you put the fireballs. Can you point me to it?
It's a 20-foot radius. .20-foot radius, so I'm putting it on the corner here.
Yeah, like there, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll chuck an aura down for that. 40-foot aura, so it's 20. Okay, cool. Saving throws. Just a lot of damage. A pair of 2 saving throws. Dexterity, 1, 2. 1 pass, 1 fail. The one that's got your familiar is not able to, escape the blast and pops the full force of it. But you hear another pop from around the corner as well.
Oh, fuck! So there's the one I can see up to the north. There's one, and there's another one around. There's fucking lots of them.
Stench of burning garbage is overwhelming. Our heroic were-rat. Heroic escape. Orbit. You are paralyzed, right? You get a saving throw. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turn. DC further. Mr. Aldrich.
I am to spread my decaying wing, necrotic shout, and then my skeleton to I will go right here and prepare an action the minute Brawler comes in front of it, he'll attack.
Right. So it makes a charisma save straight up. Okay. There is not many things that carrion crawlers fear, but apparently
He does.
lethal, ghostly, flightless wings are.
He doesn't need to do it unless he's within 10 feet of me, so he's fine.
I see. Well. How fortunate. He's not very charismatic. No worries. So then, once on each of your turns, you deal extra necro damage. Ashes. I doubt. Miss Ash, what shall you do?
I'm going to head down. That's where the fighting is happening.
There is a horrible stench of garbage. A monstrosity slithers down that northern corridor and another one bites from the side.
I can't see it.
You can't see it? This one?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. There
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I can. Sorry, I'm really tired.
We'll call it. We can call it to an end at the end of this round if we want. What's up? Totally fine. Yeah.
I'll use
Yeah, for me, I don't mind.
a chill touch on it.
Yeah, no worries. And it explodes in a rain of maggoty viscera.
Good.
But it is not alone. Another one appears around the corner. He rushes towards its prey. Even as one comes from the north. And then this one is able to extend its tentacles out. And then snap Aldrich in its jaws. But neither of them will touch his flesh. First.
Okay, I'm going to run along this wall. Get to this point. I'm going to cease concentration on expeditious retreat, and I'm going to point both of my hands, both of these things, as I cast slow.
Ooh.
Well, that molasses, taste it, comment on how delicious, and then
All the way from the deep south.
Yep. So it's a yeah, they both fail. So it's good.
Hello.
And I am concentrating on that.
And we can leave it there for a week.
Cool.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll,
sorry about that.
No, it's a good timing for me, man. So that's good.